Part 3. An Urgent Summons.
Okay.
Okay.
DM discretion. Will you allow me to take...
1 second, chat.
Sorry.
No, you're
Hi,
good.
chat.
Hi, welcome to DieFall Alderheart. We're going to talk about feats for a real hot second. Lucky's picking a feat. What's up?
I get to pick a feat.
Yeah.
I'm considering Inspiring Leader. Requires a 13 or higher in Charisma. He's got 14.
Okay.
Essentially, it's just giving everybody a higher hit point basis, temporary hit points.
Sure.
And they can't regain any other temporary hit points this way until short or long rest, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, I was trying to speed read, which I'm not good at.
So this one will, we have heroism. Someone has heroism.
Yeah.
So this will go over that if it's higher.
Yes. The heroism's one direct target. This is up to 6 friendly creatures within 30 feet
away.
So even if
They
heroism
are
trumps it, the
level
other
from
people...
charisma.
Yeah.
So it's like 6 total, I guess? Is that right?
It would be, your level plus your charisma modifier. So yes.
Okay. So it takes 10 minutes to do it. Yeah, sure. If you want it, go for it.
I don't see... And more than anything, I was like, roleplay wise, like... Lucky's been
Lucky's gonna be inspiring
into being this leader now, and so he's like, okay, like I'm gonna inspire everybody.
I like it.
Yeah. I'd probably say something really ridiculous and then be like, oh, okay.
And that inspired you. Congratulations. And I mean, it feels very similar to Pez's thing when they're like, you can do a really good job with this thing and go for it. It's just like, and you're inspired. Congratulations. Yeah.
Cool. That'd be
so
fun.
yeah, absolutely. That works. So welcome everyone to DieFall Alderheart episode 13, lucky number 13, I believe. I'm actually checking now because this is the thing I forgot to do. And then also I forgot to hit the freaking tweet button. There it goes. It's live now. So whoops. But
Send tweet.
I'm gonna copy that link and drop it right here. Hey, you guys should like and retweet that and follow the Twitter because it's cool and tells you things. Anyways, we're all in. I believe everyone's been quarantined.
Yep.
Because this does go up on YouTube. Apparently, we're not allowed to say the words. But I don't monetize, so everyone stay safe out there and wash your hands, stay isolated.
Wait, why can't you say the name?
So on YouTube, you can't say the name of the virus, so they demonetize every video that mentions it. Yep.
This is why we have a problem.
Even though it's a pandemic and affects everyone, so some people have come up with creative ways to discuss it.
At least this, creates creativity. Creativity.
But that's the thing, is like, I don't monetize, so we're good. We can say whatever. So everyone just be safe, wash your hands, stay inside. Don't put people at risk that you don't need to put at risk, including yourself. And if any of you are out there doing the necessary things, nurses, doctors, otherwise, grocery store people that just have to be out, good luck and thank you. We appreciate it. You're awesome. So we missed last week, which is good and bad. Good because we all get some well-needed rest. Bad because I don't really remember what happened last time, so recap's gonna be really, really fun. But otherwise, some things happened in the last week that we should go around and talk about because I'm the only one not participating in this. We did say, the last episode that we had was, what are you most looking forward to in Animal Crossing? This week, we're gonna say, Malaveth, what is your favorite thing so far in Animal Crossing?
The friends we make along the way.
Okay, yeah, that's like adventuring in a nutshell too, but do you have a favorite friend? Do you have a best friend?
I like when people give me things.
Okay.
I don't have a best friend. I got a new one today. His name is Zucker, and he's a little octopus, and he's like takoyaki themed, and he's got a little bamboo straw in his head, and that is super cute.
A little bamboo straw?
Yeah.
Wait, so do you like... What is it for? And is he like a snork? Does anyone remember the show Snorks? Was popular when the Smurfs were popular. They had an underwater version of the Smurfs called the Snorks. No? No one? Okay, wow. All right. I'm dating myself here. Okay, I got one. I got one.
I didn't know what they were called.
Wait,
I thought I made them up.
Nope, that's the Snorks.
Oh my
They're
God.
real.
Okay, but for real, I think I'm older than all of y'all. I just didn't watch this.
Okay.
So.
Smurfs was better. Snorks was
I was
bootleg
Sesame Street.
underwater.
Yeah, I
version.
was
All
also
that
Sesame
happened.
Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
I think I'm
Sesame
closer with
Street a
you.
riot.
So the friends you make along the way, Maliveth, and cute little octopus guy, that does sound really adorable. I'm kind of curious why he has a straw in his head, because it sounds dangerous, and what is it for?
That's how you eat the takoyaki balls. You pin them. It's like a little.
Oh.
Prick 'em with a little.
Okay.
stick thing.
Okay. Okay.
He's a survivor.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he's a surviving takoyaki ball. Okay.
No.
Wow.
We adopted him.
We adopted. That's really cute. Okay. Rob, what has been your favorite thing in Animal Crossing so far?
That's really hard.
You can only pick one.
So it's gonna be really, it's really, really weird, but I love all of the little animations that every character does. Like, I feel like they paid extra attention to the cute shit in this game. Like, you'll go into the residence center, and like Tom Nook and Isabel will be doing like calisthenics randomly, like during the day, to keep themselves like in shape and everything. Or like she'll be spritzing her flour on her desk, or like he's napping at his desk randomly. Like, it's just the little like charming things that they do in this game. Like, my favorite resident, Raymond, who I call Business Cat because it's literally a cat with glasses and a vest. I actually had to look up his name before the stream because I didn't know it. It's just, he's Business Cat. He walks around with a sandwich a lot. Like, he's just always just chilling with a sandwich. And I'm like, I love this. Like, I love little, like, one of them tried to catch a bug and missed, and they had like the little like sad thing for a second, like, oh man. Like, it's just the little things they put in this game, I think, are really, really charming.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I like that, Rob. That's nice.
It feels real.
Yeah?
Yeah, as real as cartoon animals in an island town
Sure.
can be, with no interest on your loan. We all know that's not real.
May,
Yes.
what is your favorite thing about Animal Crossing? I know.
I like decorating.
Decorating.
Like, yeah, because you can like decorate your house and stuff like that. So like, I've just been dumping my money to upgrade my house so I have more rooms to decorate. Though I haven't been getting a whole lot of great furniture, so it's a lot pretty mishmash.
My Twitter feed's been absolutely full of people like doing the wallpaper customs or whatever. And like one I saw today was just, probably one of you guys retweeted it, was just like an anime wallpaper. And so it was just like books. It was just anime books all on the walls. It's like, wow, this is actually, a lot of it gets really detailed. Like some of the paths and stuff are really detailed. And then I know Maliveth, I've seen you like do posts for like the hats and stuff, and turnip hat. Yes. And there's I didn't realize like there was that much customization within your clothing and stuff. That's really awesome. Very cool. And last and certainly not least, Miss Simply Jackson.
Hi.
What's your favorite thing about Animal Crossing?
Well, if it had been 2 days ago, I would have said fishing and popping balloons in my village. But now I'm
Sure.
fucking plagued by eggs.
What are the eggs?
We're not going to talk about it. The eggs are unspeakable at the moment. This is a happy place, and those eggs are not here.
They're for Bunny Day.
They're just the happiness that I do have, which is actually a funny moment. My like fourth villager came in. It was Broccolo, a little blue mouse. He's so cute. And the first day we were friends, where we could give each other things, I gave him something, and it was really great. And he came over to me later, and I was just fishing, And he just strolls up with his little tiny short legs, and he's like, "Oh my god!" Simply, they call me Giga Jolt now because that's one character named me Giga Jolt, and now the other characters have adapted to name me Giga Jolt. So he ran up, he's like, "Oh, Giga Jolt, I have something for you." And I was like, "Oh," and he's like, "I'm so glad we're just such good friends now." And I was like, "Oh my god, me a gift? Oh, you're so cute!" And he hands me a gift, and I open it as his smug little ass runs away, and it's a gravesite. He gave me a grave.
What?
And
Mortimer, no.
yeah, I tweeted it out, and I'm just like, I don't know if I should get rid of this guy or not. I think this is a threat that if I ever try to, what's gonna happen at night? Like, he's like this big. Like, my character's like this big, and this is like this little tiny mouse who's just like, like.
He wants you to try him. I think that's what he's like. This is like, you try me, I'm putting you in the grave. I just gifted you. I'm prepped. We're ready to go. Wow,
He's
that
so
is
dark. I was like, wow. And then like the next day, I got a skeleton. I was just like, what?
Maybe
is
he's
happening?
trying to really prepare you for Halloween very early.
I ended up seeing on Twitter other people are not big Broccolo fans because apparently all he talks about is food and being alone and sleeping and enjoying being alone, and like he like admitted I think to somebody that essentially he's like psychotic, and it's just like there was like a whole thread. Somebody was like a whole thread like, I'm trying to get rid of this mouse and I can't, and it's like all these screenshots
and
of
he's
Broccolo.
handing you graves and skeletons. Dude, and this is not okay.
If you Google him, he's so cute. He's like this tiny little mouse with these big old ears. He's like, I gifted him a Western style outfit with a little cowboy hat, and he's like running around wearing it. It's really cute, but like, I must do everything he asks me to do, like, or else.
Yeah, he's gonna.
The villain, but
I think he's done all this, and it's like, you're gonna be part of some mouse mafia somewhere, and he's gonna ask you to like, he's gonna say, take this tarp, put it in your trunk, and you got to go throw this in the river somewhere, and you don't ask questions. It's like, or else.
Yeah, he doesn't get along with my other villagers well. He's the one that you'll see like miffed walking around. You have to go talk to him, and he's like, well, Ibble said that I ate too much. And you have to like talk him to calm him down as like a favor. Yeah. It's just pretty aggressive. I think his passive aggression is getting to everybody on the island right now. So
holy moly. Okay.
He might be our weakest link, our vote off. We'll put up the torches for him and just send him off.
Throw him in the ocean.
Right?
I feel like I lucked out with all my villagers because like I'm hearing all these horror stories and I'm like, I love everybody in my town. Everyone's so nice.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Quick side note for anybody who hasn't seen on Twitter: if you have anybody on your island who's a pop star who sings in like the town center or on the beach, take a portable radio and pick a song and then go put it next to them, and they will sing along with the songs.
No,
I need to go do that.
I was hoping Renee
Bubbles.
would do it, but I didn't have. She wasn't interacting with my radio for whatever reason.
Yeah, you got to get close enough to them. So if it's in town center, it's a little weird unless they're towards the front. But on the beach or something, if you bring like a radio,
I love it.
Go write that down.
I left the game on, and I was on the title screen, and it was the camera was following her, and like I was walking around the living room, and I just hear like a little animal singing, and I was like, "What is this?" I had no idea.
So cute.
I've got one that sings to my flowers every night.
Oh
God, I love it.
That is adorable. Oh my God.
Cute.
Well, while you guys were playing Animal Crossing,
He was studying the blade.
Was studying the shotgun in Doom Eternal, and it is incredibly difficult and hyper stressful. And more than once, I was like, "Wow, I really should have just picked up Animal Crossing and played that instead." And now I'm on the last level, and I'm afraid of going back to the game. So I picked up Bannerlord and played that for 8 hours yesterday, and started my own little, my bandit tribe, and we're taking people down. But yeah, maybe eventually I'll finish it. But Animal Crossing sounds so nice, and I feel like I'm becoming. I like it more because I see it more on my Twitter feed, and I'm like, wow, I had no idea any of this was a thing. And then like when the people first found the tarantulas or whatever, and like all of those clips that came out, and I was like, this is hilarious. Wow. But yeah, so now I feel like I missed a boat. It's way over there,
Ain't
sailing
too late,
away.
my guy. Ain't too late.
Sailing away.
Yeah,
But
never
The thing
too
about
late.
Animal Crossing,
It does
it's
sound
real
nice.
time, baby. You could join right now.
it's
It'll be
real
April.
time.
Be April, man.
So, all right, so what's people's opinions? Because what's people's opinions on the whole time traveling thing?
I've
Heard there's some controversy over this.
I think it's garbage.
I've done it. I only go like a day ahead, and then I'll do a day, and then I'll do a day ahead, and then I jump back, resync, and then I've only gotten like a couple days ahead, just because like I'm impatient. Like
Yeah.
when I play games, I play like 12, 15 hours.
That's
in
the
a row.
argument I've seen is that when people want to grind it, like they'll do that. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like when people min-max a game that's not meant to be min-max. That's just
I'm not min-maxing.
No,
like,
no, I'm not saying you. I'm saying the
No.
people that are like
Like some people
already
are just,
in December
Yeah.
have completed everything.
Oh no, see, like
Like,
I keep
That shit
jumping back.
bothers me.
The only thing like I don't have patience for is like I don't want to wait a whole day for that bridge to be built.
Yep.
Like, just come on,
That's
snap.
that's my one
And
thing
that's
that
it.
I'd be like, yeah.
It's like
alright.
that's it.
Yeah.
I have one friend who's done like the full year, like the full time, but the problem is
Wow.
they are they're seasonal workers. So
Oh, okay.
until this Friday, he had all the availability in the world to play any game, but starting this Friday, he's like 12-hour shifts every day for
Yeah.
work. So he was like, he's like, I know after the 2 weeks of me doing my shifts, I won't have interest and I'll be exhausted. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna like grind the game to the end now. But he himself was like, I don't condone like time travel as long as you can like experience the game at your own like time basis, you know?
Hmm.
So
I think my biggest issue is be like, I'd be playing from 7 or like 8 to 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only slot. That's it. That's
Yeah.
all that would happen. Is like, and I know I'd be missing stuff, and it's
that's
just like
the big
Yeah.
argument against the
real time.
real time thing.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
when I was on the
yeah.
GameCube, people would just like the townsfolk would be like, "Where have you been all day?" And I'm like, "At school. What do you want?"
I'm
from
like,
me?"
I'm
Yeah.
12.
What the fuck, man. But I feel like they've done a decent job, like not doing as much of that. Like there's less like,
It's more quality of life changes for that.
Mm.
yeah, there's less like from this time to this time, this event is happening. Because it used to be, oh, if you were in the park at like 6 a.m., there's a calisthenics thing, and it's like, oh, that's cute, but it's also 6 a.m.
At
and
6
I'm 12.
a.m. Yeah, that's what I was at
Yeah.
6 a.m. Okay.
And
Well.
till noon
Well, like,
on
I also-
Sundays.
Yep.
I also know like people will just, not sync their time, but just shift it by like 6 or 12 hours, right? So
I ended up doing that so that I wasn't coming home and it be nighttime all the
Yeah.
time. My GameCube was always set a few
Mm.
hours back. My brother and I would do that.
Oh, interesting. I guess you could do that. I didn't. So it's just linked to the actual time on your Switch, so you can
Yeah.
just change it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, you just off sync it. Like
Yeah,
tell
I used
not
to do it
sync
for New Year's too, so that I wasn't on my DS while everybody else was saying Happy New Year and kissing their significant others.
good plan. Good plan. Smart move. Big brains.
It's like New
Big
Year's
brains.
was 11 p.m. on my
Wow.
DS.
Oh my god, that's great. Well, cool. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the game. I hope it continues to bring you joy. Do you guys want to play some Dungeons and Dragons with woodland forest creatures? And hopefully, I'm pretty sure we actually go on adventures today. We've done a lot of city stuff. I think it's about time we go on some adventuring. But before we do that, I'm going to need you guys to roll me a d20 to see who gets to recap this from 2 weeks ago. So,
Oh, we're all bunched.
ooh, here we go. 19. So that puts Eli. Eli, you are our recap boy for today, sir. Bring it home.
So close to being me again.
I know, again. I know. I did initially think it was you when I read the 12 first. And I was like, oh no. So, Eli, what happened last time?
I'm blending a couple different episodes here, but was it all?
It's okay. Full recap's good. Let's
all
do
the-
it.
Okay. So there's a lot of. Yeah, I was gonna say Rome wasn't built in a day. Humblewood Rome wasn't built in a day. Whatever the equivalent of Rome is here. There's a lot of injustice in the city. I won't sugarcoat it. However, I really think the group and I have changed hearts and minds here in Alderheart. while I was helping out the needy, the refugees, the poor, the hungry at the temple, well, Eliza and Lucky and Pez and Dagonet, was Dagonet there?
Not for all of it.
Not for all of it. Okay. They were making sure that folk didn't go hungry in the street another way. And got a little, well, let's say they bent the rules a little bit. But hey, when did our Lord of Community Gaspard not do the same? Real heroes of the people, my friends. We all did our part to make sure that we helped as many refugees as we could. Dagonet even was able to convince the innkeeper to give our rooms to some needy folks. And, well, before we knew it, it was time for the trial of Bene Saradin. Now, Bene was going to face the axe. Things didn't look good. However, we got her washed, we got her dressed, got her prepped and ready, and we earned her trust. And we spoke on behalf of her in front of the High Council and the upper echelon of Alderheart. Now, there were people that didn't take kindly to her being there. I mean, she is a criminal, a pretty big one at that. However, all four of us, in very impassioned and heartfelt and damn fine speeches, were able to convince the council to not only let Bene Saradin free, but to work directly with the bandit coalition to fight the oncoming fires and the creatures that it brings with them. Well, it was a sight to see. And now, well, guess we'll just have to find out what happens next. I think I did it.
You got it. You absolutely did. The Bandit Coalition has been renamed, those that decided to stay with the New World Order as it is, the Wildwood Brigade. So that is that's the new thing. Yeah, so we kind of hit a time skip at the end of the last session. A pretty minor one, about 2 weeks, where our heroes did accomplish a couple of different things. Some did some training, some fed the needy, some set up food recycling systems, which was pretty good, and some spread the renown of the group and the heroes of Alderheart, and made a little bit of coin on the way. Now, I don't know if we addressed this last time. You guys had given up your rooms. Were you all just staying in the one room then? Because there's been some overcrowding in Alderheart, so everyone kind of agreed that they were staying at the one spot.
I believe
At
so.
the half full cup. Yeah. Eli, were you staying with them as well, or were you staying more at the temple?
After the trial, probably with the group again. But I mean, getting up early to do what I can at the temple, I think.
Yeah. One of the days within the 2 weeks, Bene Saradin, now a newly freed woman, finds you at the half full cup one morning. And she approaches you as you guys are having a breakfast and some drink, kind of in a crowded area. It seems that the half full cup, the innkeeper has finally relented and is allowing more and more refugees to take shelter within his halls. But Bene Saradin comes up to you, and she's fully armed and armored. And she has a pack on her back, and she looks to be setting out. She approaches you and says, good morning, heroes. I wanted to come speak with you for a moment before I head back to, the Wildwood Fortress, as it's called now. Thank you for all of your help. You really spoke well on my behalf, considering all of the things that I had done. I appreciate that. And, she unbuckles the sword at her side and I think she would hand it to Eli, whoever's probably closest to her. But she hands it over to Eli. She says, this is for you. I think most of my days of fighting are over with, and I have a community to look after, and, well, this is really just to say thank you. She hands you this. I'll pull it up on the map here. This is called the Blade of the Wood. And so she has this fine blade that she hands you. The pommel looks a little bit like a strig. It's a finely crafted sword with delicate etchings, and it resonates as it's drawn and has this like faint hum, and it feels like the lifeblood of the wood when you grasp its handle. There are some specifics in there, and because this is a 2-week time span, whoever decides that they're going to use this sword, I'll just go ahead and say what what happens. It's a +1 magical sword, but the sword has 2 charges. You can speak the command word, and whoever attunes to it can decide what the command word is, to cast Spike Growth, the spell, at a DC 16 centered on yourself. And you can pass through this terrain unaffected, and you regain one of those charges at dawn. If I remember correctly, Spike Growth has a difficult terrain spell with the potential for doing damage when you pass through it. So pretty good stuff. So she hands you this blade, and she backs away somewhat sheepishly, which is a weird look for Ben Aceridin. He goes, I'm not usually one to ask for so much help, so thank you again. I'll be heading with some of the Perch Guard actually to the stronghold to let my people know, well, who they work for now in one way or another. I hope you'll be around to ensure that the council does put a humble folk in their ranks, and hopefully you can help guide them. I know these are stressful times, and we need all the level-headedness that we can get.
That's very kind, Ben. I just you'll be armed on the road and protected. I wouldn't want you to.
Oh yes, of course. And she like gestures to the other sword at her hip, and she's got like a spear strapped on her back. She's like, "We'll be fine." And plus, I am traveling with the Perch Guard, and well, for all their bluster, they are quite effective.
Well, thank you. We'll make good use of it.
Yeah. And she kind of gives like a half bow, and she leaves the half full cup to head back to the now Wildwood fortress to take care of her people that she has there, and let the bandit coalitions know that if they are to remain under her command, they are now part of this brigade. As the week drags on into the second, you guys see more and more humble folk in Alderheart wearing the new colors of the Wildwood Brigade. This brigade is adept at moving around in the forest undergrowth. Some of the former bandits have made their way to Alderheart and know some of the secret pathways to take care of the fires in some of the further reaching towns, and are getting there more swiftly than the Perch Guard can, even through the trees. It's effective, and the training is going well. Alderheart seems to be somewhat stabilizing, and especially with your efforts in creating new homes and feeding all of these people, Alderheart has hit somewhat of a stability, though the people do seem to continue pouring in. It's at a more of a trickle than the waterfall it was the week before. One of the days that you guys are out within the city, you see a frail young Hoodin Gallus standing on a crate in the market square. He's trying to catch the attention of passing crowd. The fires are spreading more and more each day. We need help to quell the blaze. Please join with the tenders. Heal our wood. And as he speaks, a shy-looking sable luma kind of stands awkwardly to the side. No one seems to be taking much interest in the Gallus's speech. Some are kind of shaking their heads at them, but most seem to just be walking by. Kind of looks a little bit defeated with themselves. both of them are wearing green robes, which, for those of you guys maybe don't know, it's the robes of the Tenders. Tenders are they're somewhat like the druidic people of Alderheart and the Humblewood, and they tend to the grove, as it were. Most of the time, they go to the Scorched Grove and try to either keep the Scorched Grove from encroaching more on the wood itself, or trying to heal the land that's there. So this one here is apparently calling for help here out with the people. And any of you guys can be there. This is just within the 2 weeks that you're there. This is what they look like.
They're real cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, little birds.
I mean, I don't know about you guys. I'm getting kind of bored. It's been... When's the last time we were in the wood doing stuff?
Yeah, I
What?
suppose we have been in the city for a while. I'm sorry, Dagonet, you were going to say something?
Oh, it is okay. It's a fleeting memory. I have no idea what I was going to say. It's my older gentleman mind, you know. It's very fleeting, like these young birds' wings. But yes, I suppose you know, as heroes of Alderheart, we were meant to deal with the fires, and they're talking about the fires over there.
Suppose these folks are a lot better off than when we found the city. Want to see what what they need?
I think this is the only thing that we can do, you know. We're not really city folk, except for maybe Bez. But
We could at least look into it.
if you don't mind that we take away from you being a hop.
Being a what?
The
hop.
hop, the shiny.
Oh,
The-
my.
The symphony.
Yeah, being a pot. Yeah, the symphony.
Well, mostly I just wanted to get it to show that one butthead that I could get it. And now I got it. And he's still probably a butthead, but...
They did say that the hop is almost as though you are a representative of Alderheart around, you know, the wood. So, I mean, you can wear that. I'm just gonna go ask, and he like walks off to go, just eager to get out of town.
Sure, yeah. So you're gonna go walk up to this Gallus on the crate in the market square.
Whatever
Yeah.
one's the shorter one.
The shorter one. Yeah, he's the one on the crate. And, yeah, and he's kind of like he's gotten down, and he's talking to his friend kind of animatedly. And as you walk up, you can kind of hear he's like, "No, Havel, no, you wouldn't be saying such things if you had actually been there. It was terrible."
You're talking about the fires, huh?
Oh, hello. And he kind of like readjusts his robes, and the other one puts a hand on him. Tava, calm down, please. Hi, yes, hello, yes, Tava, we are tenders. Teva has come from the Scorched Grove. Apparently, he's, had quite a scare there, and we are trying to get audience with the council.
All right. Well, these are my pals. We're an adventuring group. We've done work for the council here in Alderheart before, and we've had immediate eyes on fire around here, and we understand the problem. So,
He takes a closer look at you. The armor, the bow, Jerbine with the belt buck. You're one of the heroes. Is that right?
I mean, yes, clearly. This is Pez. She's been writing songs about it.
I had a friend in the caravan attack last month, and they survived thanks to you.
Nice. I mean, I got a eagle eye, not an eagle, but it's Jerbine eye, you know. But yeah.
To be an adventurer, as tenders, we just, pray over the trees and the brushes and try to keep the fires away. But the adventures you must have had. Oh, the songs, though. Have you heard the songs?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Right now, Tending Fires is a pretty big adventure on its own, frankly. They're just getting bigger from what we've heard.
Yes. The other one jumps in. Yes, they are getting bigger, and there's creatures inside of them, and they're coming out more and more. And one of them took one of my friends.
Yeah. We actually were a part of a fortress not too long ago that had a bunch of orphans and families that had been taken as refugees, and now we got refugees here in Alderheart. But yeah. Anyways, this is Eli, and this is Pez, and this is Dagonet, and I'm Lucky.
All of the. My.
Real quick, I'm sorry, just real quick. You said it took your friend, like.
Yes, the monsters, they're there, and
Wait.
There's
monsters? I thought you meant took. I didn't want to bring it up. I thought you meant said took. You meant rest in peace. Took.
Wait,
Like.
Well, they're probably dead.
I mean,
They're probably dead. Oh dear, they're probably dead.
Now, hold up there. You don't know for sure. When we talk about monsters, my friend, are we talking about the fire creatures?
I can't say anything more. I can't. The council already doesn't like me out here. I can't say anything more. I can't. And Havel's like, Tever, it's okay. I'm sorry. I know you're in high standing here in Alderheart, but the council has made direct request for us to not talk too much about what's actually happening within the Scorched Grove.
Well, I can understand them not wanting you to shout us out in the square, but telling us whose job is to go out and deal with the issue, telling us is different than going against council wishes.
We've seen fire people.
We have, yes, Pez is correct. We have dealt with standing creatures of fire and bats that were on fire as well.
Why don't we buy a drink at the inn we're staying at, and we can all talk about it instead of out here on the street. Maybe the drink will calm you down too.
Ever heard about espresso?
Not that kind of drink.
Havel puts his hands. I appreciate the offer. I truly do. How about this? How much pull do you have with the council?
I think it's safe to say pretty decent pull.
I mean, we're pretty much the council now.
Well,
Really?
Well,
like a shadow government?
no, not quite.
Doing good
that.
for the people, doing favors,
More that. Not the shadow government kind.
No. We work with them. Yeah, we're pretty much the council. We do the dirty work right now. It seems,
Interesting.
with no pay.
We are the ones that brought together the Humblewood folk and the Bird folk. We were the people in the trial. So if we can convince the council to join forces with the rest, I think we have a good enough sway. I think.
How about this? Yes?
No, can I ask you a question though?
Yes, of course.
I know you said well, do you think your information is impertinent to why the fires are happening?
Oh, I wasn't there. Honestly, and he leans in closer. I think Teva's having a bit of a breakdown and may have been seeing things. Stuff happens there, but I mean, the stories he's telling, I just try to keep him out of trouble. And Teva's behind us, no, you wouldn't be saying those things if you were there. If you were there. Teva, okay. Wait, I really don't want to get us more into trouble. The tenders have a hard enough time as it is. You can see the people, they don't even like us.
I wouldn't worry. We are more inclined to listen to him. We have seen things that people would not believe existed either. So, if you were to tell anyone, we would be the only ones that would give any of this credit.
I wouldn't pay too much mind to the people in the street right now. They've been experiencing and going through a lot. So I imagine shouting about your F out of the fires or what's happening in the Scorched Grove is probably adding on to the stress right now. So you might not make many friends. But now we're here. We heard you. So interested party is listening.
Well, it's not my story to tell, truth be told. It's Teva's, but you kind of like see Teva in the corner, just it's awful. And I was like, and I don't want to get the boy in trouble. Get us an audience with the council and get their blessing, maybe? I really don't want to bring more trouble on us as it is.
If you wish, you want something in writing from council, then that shouldn't be a problem. Where should we find you?
Oh, I think where are we staying? Teva, where are we staying? I hadn't thought that far ahead. I haven't really gotten that far ahead. We've just gotten here, and I just needed to tell the people, and...
Well, if we are to head out, then our room is open.
If you're to head out, then are you leaving town?
Well, if you want us, if we get news from the permission from the council, and
Oh,
Teva, explains what we
that would be...
need to know, then we would not be using our room, and we'd have, past history that our room is covered and left, so it would be available.
Well, that's mighty kind of you. Yes, sure. Oh, okay. Let's. I mean, I guess. Well, we'll be, over. We'll be down there at that inn, and you can let us know.
Alright.
And he points down the road, and it's called the Tin Cup, and it's just got like a little cup and a little tin on the sign, and it's kind of dented-ish. It's an okay aesthetic. Well, we'll be down there, and I'll be trying to calm Teva's nerves with something. And you can let us know then.
Perhaps some if they have some chamomile tea.
Oh yeah, Teva, you love chamomile tea, don't you? Yes, I do. Yes. Ooh, that does sound good. Yes. To the Tin Cup then. We'll be seeing you soon, heroes.
But
Okay.
of course, yes.
Okay, and he like smooths his robes out. He's like, okay. I was like, that's good, Tep. Now come along. And he, over his shoulder as they walk, he's like, I'm so sorry.
You think that guy sees some stuff, huh?
I think he's been a bit traumatized by the events. Probably much like Benacerden, except he went a different direction with it.
He seems fun.
I'm sure once he has his tea and is in a more comfortable place around friends and good company, should ease his nerves, I hope.
What is more interesting is that how they said that the council does not want them talking about what is going on in the Scorched Grove, meaning they know something.
If those are the two contacts the council has seen about something, blood folk or not, that guy is... That's why I was worried with him being like, can you get us an audience at the council? I was like, ooh. I mean, you think he can chamomile tea himself down a little bit enough the way he can talk to them and they're not going to, kick him out?
It might take a couple of days. Might need something a little stronger than tea, but
I mean, I wonder if we need to, how do I say, transcribe the story for him? Like, talk to the council, let them know that they'll listen, but, like, Pez's a good storyteller. Have Pez, like, re-describe what this guy's talking about, because I have a feeling,
Well, at
I hope
least
he
if
can get a couple words out before he collapses again. I don't know.
if he describes anything like what we have already seen, that at least we can back it up, right?
Yeah. Except, we haven't been to the Scorched Grove, so I don't... We saw
Well,
some monsters,
We
but...
saw stuff on the way that is far out of the grove. Which
Yeah,
is
doesn't seem like
more
anybody's
concerning.
into the fire bat idea. Been trying to ask around, ain't nobody's fire bats.
I want to know what he meant by fire. People taking people? Where are they taking them? Is there like a fire party? Maybe they're hosting an event.
I think it's more akin to those little gremlin-looking things that we saw, but
Yeah, like
maybe a more
The one
evolved.
that you dug the hole in, the one that fell in the hole.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The same.
Why would they take a folk though? For what?
I mean,
For friends? Maybe they're lonely.
I don't think it's friends, but we could certainly find out by investigating it.
They weren't very friendly to us.
I mean, maybe they're nice. Maybe they just have to be made out of fire. It's not their fault.
Do you remember when they attacked us, Pez?
Maybe
Have you
it
not
was
had your
us.
espressums yet?
I'm very tired.
It was pretty scary.
Honestly, it was a blur. After most fights, I completely forget what happens. I just kind of blank it all out.
How you write your legends then? Your songs,
It's feelings, mostly.
Maybe
I don't
I
remember the
wanna
details.
hear what you've got written down to my story at some point.
I mean, maybe
Work
it's
out some details in our own time sometime, because I'm worried now that you might miss them.
if you have any edits, please let me know.
Yeah, we'll talk about it sometime. I don't know I still don't know if the council's gonna listen to this guy, yo. Clearly they don't want to already.
Yeah, but we have quite a lot of experience with the council not really wanting to listen to anyone at all, so that doesn't really say much for him.
I just think
That
it's
was just
very
'cause of
odd
me.
that the council is in the business of silencing folks like this. I mean, I understand not wanting the folk here to get in a panic, but
Well, half the folk here are refugees from the fires anyways right now, so, they know the fires, so it's like, what panic do they have? They're safe now. So, what info do those guys have about what's going on that would be a bigger deal, or something that doesn't need to necessarily be? So, either these guys literally are crazy, which no offense to them, they're probably, I don't know, or they got some serious information going on that is panicable, even above just the fires themselves,
In any case, definitely worth listening to.
agreed.
We just gotta figure out some way to, not have him go into a fit in front of the council, because, some of them council members aren't gonna take that very kindly. That one, the one guy didn't he's science, but, he had a strong stare at me whenever I was giving that speech a couple weeks ago. Nerve-rattling, Alright, we can go ask. Whatever. They say no, and we're still here doing work,
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys want to head up to the council chambers? Is that the plan here?
Yes.
Alrighty then. So you guys head up to the top of the Alderheart tree to the council plaza, approaching the council chambers itself. The guards greet you and they go, "Oh, heroes." Welcome. Most of the council's not in today, but I believe Bricio is. Well, we can let you inside the audience chamber. There's not really any audiences today. Everyone's kind of handling their own business, but we can go get Bricio from the back. Yes.
Yeah, I think any of them would be nice to talk to right now.
Right, okay. Yeah, come on in. And so they lead you into the big circular chamber, and then they go into the back, and eventually, the Kindled Corvium Abricio in his purple robes. Again, every time I introduce him, I say he's probably the smartest being in Alderheart. Probably. He goes and he doesn't go step behind the podium, but he kind of walks up to you and he's, please, let's go to the sitting room. And he gestures over to the side, and you go back to the waiting room that you were in with Benaceridin during the trial. And he's, now then, and he sits down in one of the chairs and crosses a claw over another. He says, what brings the heroes here today?
Well, we came across a couple bird folk, and one it seems he has seen some things in the Scorched Grove, and unfortunately, when we asked about it, because we are concerned about the fires, he said that the council was not keen on him speaking about it.
This wouldn't happen to be a tever of the tenders, would it?
That is correct, yes.
I suppose you found him in quite a state.
That is putting it lightly, yes.
I was asking them to maybe not shout so loudly to cause panic within our city after we've come to such a equilibrium, so I could have some scouts verify his reports.
Have they come back yet?
No, Tever and his friend Havel seem to have arrived late last night, and I only spoke to them early this morning, but now that you have some interest in this, well, would you want to maybe go be my eyes, ears, and hands?
That would be ideal. I think, we are very keen on what he has to say.
He's a good lad, and I do think he saw something. I'm just not sure exactly what he thinks he saw. What he describes is nothing I've ever heard of, and I've read quite a many book. How about this? Go speak with them. I guess let them know I've given you my blessing to head in that direction. Now, it would be useful for someone who has been there to lead you to the location of the disturbance, if you can convince him, of course.
Well, I am more concerned that he's fit for the journey more than anything.
Tenders go through a very many trial before they are robed. I believe that he has more to him than you think.
I can say that maybe for his friend, but Teva has maybe to prove that to me. But can we have something in writing or stamp or something to verify that we spoke with you?
Sure, and he reaches into a bag which seems to have a sheaf of papers in it, a quill and ink pen. It seems like he doesn't leave home without this, and he writes up a quick thing, and he gets a little bit of wax, has a little candle, the thing, and he has a signet ring, and he snaps it in the middle, and he rolls it back up, drops a little wax on it, signets again, and hands it over to you. This will hopefully convince them that you are the heroes you say you are, and you have my blessing to investigate.
This is perfect. Merci.
Now, you've done a lot for the city, so good luck, and please do return alive. I do not know where we would be without you at this point.
I had no intention of returning in a box.
If what this Teba says is true, there are larger threats here than we
have yet seen.
I do believe that is correct. We came across some strange things when we were coming to Alderheart, and which is why we are, I feel like we may be the right ones for him to talk to.
I appreciate your initiative here. I would probably have reached out to you once the scouts came back if they reported anything, but if we can get a jump on this, you don't mind taking that walk, I don't see a reason to delay. Go talk to Teva. He'll let you know what's happening, if it is real, and again, it will be easier if he does come with you.
I'll see what we can do about that, but merci, thank you for everything that I think that went the most smoothly as I could have hoped for.
Well, no, thank you, heroes. And he stands, kind of prompting you to do as well. Says, and may I see you again soon, and in good health.
But of course, you'll be hearing more songs from Pezin in no time.
You can see him crack a small smile at that as you guys turn to leave the room. And as you do, I think Pez at the very end, right when you're passing through the door, you can kind of hear him humming one of your tunes.
You're doing great. That's exactly it. Oh my gosh. Perfect. Goodbye.
He kind of shakes his head and laughs a little bit. And you close the door and, I suppose, head on over to the Tin Cup. Upon arriving back at the Tin Cup, you see Tever and Havel have kind of gotten themselves over into a corner, somewhat in a private-ish location. The Tin Cup is bustling at this time of day, kind of in the afternoon now. People are all up in here, and they've secured a small table in a corner, and Tever is kind of talking animatedly, and every once in a while Havel kind of like puts a hand on his, gestures to the glass in front of him, and Tever drinks his tea and puts it down and takes a deep breath as you approach them.
Hi. Hey.
Oh, hello. That was quick. They saw you that soon.
We're good friends. We're best friends. We all know each other so well.
I mean, like we said, practically the council, so,
The council.
Is surprising. Right. Okay then. So you're back, which means you have news, right?
That is correct. He pulls out the... here is, I believe you talked to him this morning, but he has agreed that, we can talk about everything that you saw, and that we can, go and investigate, and that perhaps you come along as well.
Havel takes the thing and he looks over at Tever and says, well, seems official enough. That's Bricio's seal, and he opens it up and rolls it out and reads through it. Well, Tever, this looks right as rain. I suppose the floor is yours. Drinks. Do you want some drinks?
Well, most definitely. I think, yeah.
Good. While Tever tells you the story, I've heard it 1,000 times now. I'll get you some drinks. Ales or teas?
Oh, it is no longer morning. If they have a stout.
They do. Anyone else? Yes? Yes?
I'll take that as well, yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, I will be right back. And Tever's like looking down, reading the note. He looks up and he's, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Can I just say this, by the way? I know you said the council doesn't like you, and you were worried about them and stuff.
Yeah.
They don't dislike you. He actually has a lot of respect for what you do, based on our conversation. Yeah.
Really?
He was like, you guys have a lot you do and a lot you going through and stuff. So
Bricio likes me.
Yeah, it just sounds like
One of the council.
he appreciates your work.
it just sounds like they wanted to verify what you were saying was out there.
I saw what I saw, and it's what I saw, and it's...
And nobody's saying you're wrong. I think they just need to, make sure that everything's still going on based on what you said, essentially.
Okay. This looks good. He takes the last big sip and he looks at his teacup. I should have asked him to get me an ale too. Right, okay, ember bats. You know what those are? Ember bats, right? Big clouds of them fly around, set everything on fire, all that jazz.
Yes.
Yeah,
divinity.
there's lots of them now. There's a lot of things, clouds of them, really larger numbers than I've ever seen, even while working in the grove. Strange fire creatures made of stone and what looks to be like liquid fire dripping from them crawl out of the ground, and the huge creature stalks the ash plains of the grove, and the ash of the plains seized up, as if something was burrowing through it. I could never get a good look at it, but it grabbed my friend. Well, it must have. We were running. It was immense. I saw him tumble to the side, and I lost him in the cloud of ash that came out, and I ran for my life, and I waited for days. He didn't return to our meeting place, just in case we had gotten split up. I fear for him. He's likely lost, but I've never seen anything like that. General, we go to the plains to try and bring the forest back, to quell the fires that exist there, to cultivate life from the dead ash. But I have never seen something this size crawl its way out. And it scares me. And as he finishes his story, Havel, after placing the ales down, puts a hand on his shoulder and does pass him an ale. It's all right, Teva. It's all right. Teva gets out a pen and flips over the letter that was sent from Mauricio, and he starts drawing a map, a location of Alderheart, the Scorched Grove, the location. He says, I think it's about here. This is where I lost him. Somewhere in this area of the grove. It's a dangerous journey. The Ember Bats themselves are encroaching closer and closer in towards Alderheart. Though we've been making pretty good headway against them in recent weeks, but...
Have you thought about giving the council the advice on that? The defense against the bats and whatnot?
The best thing to do with them is just to put out the fires before they get too bad. They're hard to destroy. It's just... If even one lives, then a fire starts miles down the road before you even know it. It's so hard to catch them all, and they are living creatures, even though they are some kind of twisted aspect of what they used to be. They are living things, and as druids, we have a duty to try and protect them or allow them to live. It's just very difficult right now. I don't know if you've fought one of these swarms before.
If you
Ran from what?
That's smart, very smart. They're a lot. And like I said, one gets away and a fire starts miles down the road and treetops you can't even reach, and you just do the best you can and try to stop it before it gets too bad.
as you know, I'm not a druid. Clearly, I respect your work, but as druids, does it seem like they are thriving in the new Lushwood, or is it like a fear flight that's happening?
I've spent. He looks up at you. A flight of fear.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if, normally when I light a campfire, I use dried wood, dried tinder, stuff like that, which clearly the Scorched Grove has an abundance of, but...
I thought they were just trying to find places to roost. Could they be? He seems lost deep in thought for a moment, and Havel goes, drinks, obviously, and, Teva, they're waiting! I'm not sure.
Weird. I I mean, because they lived in the Scorch Grove before, right?
That's yes. Well, no. They're somewhat new. Last year or so, they started popping up. But leaving the grove is new. I need to go back. I need to know. I need to go back. This is important. This is.
He looks at you guys.
How would you like to go to the Scorched Grove with me?
Like he's gonna look at Dagonet.
That would be perfect, I think, yeah.
I was concocting some kind of argument to have about why I need protection of the heroes of Alderheart and how I was going to try and tear you away from the council since you're doing their shadow business dealings and I didn't know what I was going to be doing, but now you're just agreeing with me?
Well, we were worried about convincing you to go back with us. So I imagine it's the most pleasant outcome for both of us.
This does seem fortunate.
Mutually beneficial. It's important to the city, and it's important to what you do.
Yes.
I think that Lucky and yourself might be onto something here. That's a good point. I never thought about what would make these things leave the grove.
It could be the thing that took your friend, maybe it, or something else driving them out.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And every second I waste is more for my friends that can be taken. What am I doing here? The coward I am.
Well, no, I mean, you came because you needed to find some help to go back, and now we're here, so it was fate, you know, your choice to come here.
Wait.
And you've also informed the council of what's going on with your presence here. I mean, they're interested in this. It's on their radar now, and that's important. You're doing good work as a tender.
I mean, frankly, if we can gather more information and bring it back to them in some way, a facet, then
Even
they'll
better.
be able to address groups of people to help, you know, deal with what's going on.
Exactly.
Okay. Can we start out right away then?
I don't see why not. Pez, do you have any performances scheduled?
I mean, I just kind of show up and everybody else is like, heck yeah, it's Pez. So, no?
That's how I feel.
What? I'm pretty famous now. Is there anything we would need to prepare though? Because I don't know, like fire resistant boots or something.
Like creating or destroying water.
Oh,
Wait.
actually, that's one of the spells I have. It's really useful.
What if we ask Eliza? She got all those magical things, you know? Maybe she got something in her store that could help. You know? You met Eliza yet?
Possibly.
She's great. She's got a store up in the market area. It's great.
If you need to stock up before you leave with us, we highly suggest Eliza's.
Stocking up. I may grab a ration or two. I am kind of broke.
And
Havel always like, being a tender is not really a lucrative trade. It's really just, it's more of a passion project.
I mean, so is my form of profession, so I feel that.
I selling the ash as some sort of medicinal ash or maybe some sort of face treatment. The people eat that up apparently. Just business.
I mean, they like the slime a lot. It's in
Yeah.
the swamps. You never know.
I don't know. I feel like we should speak to somebody who's in the field of skincare about that.
What about that one apothecary back in old Winnow and Reach?
They're putting the mud all over.
Bet he would love to buy some ash off you when you're done.
It's a good thought.
Business
Yeah.
opportunities.
I definitely think we should check Eliza before we get on the road.
Absolutely.
You want to come with us and meet Eliza? Or you want to enjoy your chamomile tea more and nails?
I think I will gather my things, and I can meet you at Eliza's with Havel after I finish this drink. Yes, he's in dire need. Let's be honest here.
Oh, I would not tear someone away from the drink. No. You finished that for sure.
Right. Eliza's is where?
The Canopy Market. Above.
Okay. Right. Canopy Market. Big market. I'll find it. Don't worry.
Eliza's Emporium.
Okay.
She's
New
a
name.
guy.
Sounds good. Right. Picks up the drink. He starts. Goo. And he puts it down and it's empty. And he goes, Havel, can I have a second one? And Havel goes, yes, Havel. Thank you again. And I'll be sure he meets you there. So you guys head to Eliza's Emporium. Late afternoon now. Eliza is actually closing up shop. And you catch her right as she's turning her sign from open to close. She goes, well, now, look at my friends coming up to see me once again. The heroes of Alderheart. How are you?
Oh my gosh, Eliza, we are doing so good. How are you? How's business?
Business is, well, I wouldn't say booming. It's doing okay. It turns out magical items are pretty expensive, and what I'm buying them for, I'm really having a hard time trying to sell them for, especially in this economy. Got a lot of refugees here, and not a lot of people generating income, you know?
Yeah, maybe, we could figure something out, Eliza, because heck, we are looking for some magical items.
Is that right? You're looking for magical stuffs?
Possibly. Might be going on an
Specifically,
adventure.
Specifically involving maybe fire resistance or something.
Fire resistance? Now, why would you be needing stuff for fire resistance?
Some days you feel like you want to wear black. Some days you feel like you want to wear blue. Some days you feel like you want to try, cake. It's just we have interests, different interests.
Have interests.
All over the place.
All right. Well, let me think here. Come on inside. Don't stand out here.
Like he's gonna lead over to Eli. Is this top secret mission? Should we not tell Eli or Eliza about it?
I feel like we can trust Eliza.
Do you think she?
You can absolutely trust Eliza, she says as she walks into the behind the thing. She's like, Eli, you're so loud.
I don't mean to be. It's the southerner in me. What can I say?
I like that part about you.
Thanks to stop.
Well, I do think I have one thing. It's not. Yeah, they're hard to come by, and only apothecaries here are kind of. It's hard for them to find anything. Not a lot of them are leaving town anymore. But I've got one. Got one of these things. It's called a potion of fire resistance.
Oh, that's fire resistant if ever I heard it.
It's right there on the name tag, and she actually leaps down and she pulls out a box. She opens the box up and she pulls out a little vial. And this little vial, it looks like it's swirling red and oranges inside of it. So this is it. I've always been giving you guys the friends and family discounts and all that. So let's do this. Someone, whoever would like to, roll me a d6 times 100. So roll me a d6.
Get it, Eli.
Okay.
She likes you anyways.
That is a 6.
Nice.
Now, they're exceedingly rare. I picked this one up for about 300 gold pieces, and I could probably give it to you at cost.
Eli pulls his pockets out, and I like to think that a little butterfly flies out of one of them.
Oh.
Somebody else got to take this one, I'll admit.
The adventurer business isn't booming, huh, Eli?
Well,
we can do a
while
lot
you
for
were
the
stealing pastries, I was buying rice and...
Oh, now, Eli, I fed those poor folk with pastries.
I fed them with rice and stew and whatnot.
That-
But before I get too much, Eliza, the reason why we're here, don't tell anybody, okay? Keep it between us, because we're friends, old friends, before Alderheart friends.
All right, it's been some time now.
You've heard rumors of fires, right?
Oh, of course, they're more than rumors now. It's pretty confirmed at this point, all the people coming here.
So we've been trusted to go and investigate these fires.
You
Yeah,
have not.
That's why we came to you, is to ask you if you had any goods to help us out.
But that sounds so dangerous.
It's
We're
pretty
going to the
dangerous.
pits of hell, Eliza.
That is. My
It's crazy.
friends are going into the fires itself?
And we'll
You
come
fancy
back.
yourselves firefighters now?
Well, you know, we're protectors of sorts. So whatever we
You
gotta
did
do, we'll
protect
do it.
me.
So do we get a protector's discount?
Protector's discount. Oh.
No, oh my gosh. No, okay, you know, I'm just going to take the badges off.
What do you take off?
It is a his of unending wealth. So
Which is
there's-
swiftly ending, by the way. So you did spend a lot of money on Dagonet's shiny new armor, which we haven't even talked about yet.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so...
I mean, what about, wait, just hear me out, Eliza, while she's counting, because it'll take a minute. What about half? But when we come back, we heard some good things about the ash and the quality of ash from Scorch Grove. What if
The
we bring that-
ash?
Mhm.
Is it
Good for your skin, you know?
magical?
That's what we heard, you know? I don't know. But we could see.
Roll me a persuasion check. Wait, no, this is a deception. You are
is deception.
deceiving. You are deceiving your friend.
Good thing I'm
She is being decepted.
efficient in being deceptive.
She is a decept. That's a 15. God bless it. Where's Eliza's freaking sheet? Unbelievable. Can't
I mean, you
believe
never
I'm
know.
at
You could be the
roll for
next big
this.
thing, much like the espressums was the next big thing. You know what I'm saying?
The
Eliza's
expressums. That's what you're calling them.
Tiny
The
emporium.
expressums. Oh my god. Hang on. I lost her sheet, so.
Immediate win. Yes. Great.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like when you go to a grocery store. This doesn't have its
This
thing on
can
it. This has
is
got to be
dented,
free.
sir.
It's got to
It's
be
dented.
free. Oh my god.
Is he your manager?
You're deceiving her. Let's see if she can insight you. Oh, poor girl.
magical ash? Well, that might sell for a pretty penny.
Yeah, you never know. You could be the cornerstone of a new market, you know?
A new market. Well, this does sound good.
Back in Winnow and Reach, slime was all the rage. Now,
Oh, I get,
Ash.
yeah. Ash. Well, how about this? You bring me.
She reaches underneath and she pulls
3 sackfuls of that ash. 3. And we're going to call this an investment into the safety of my new business partners.
ooh, all right. I like the idea of business.
So you go get me that ash, and she slides it slyly across the counter, will give you this fire-resistant potion worth 300 gold pieces.
Ah, so like each bag of ash is worth 100 gold. Oh, sorry, 100 gold pieces.
Well, that, from what you're saying, is quite the possibility.
Yeah, but let's not tell anybody in case you want to like raise the prices a little bit on good days, and you know. Why are you looking at me like that, Eli? It's fine.
I just think there's no confirmation that this ash has magical properties. And,
But there wasn't confirmation on the slime healing stuff either, and it does.
well,
So
Eliza is doing us a huge favor. And
yeah, but in
I
turn
just
we're
don't
doing
wanna
Eliza. Excuse
swindle
me,
our
Eliza.
friend.
You're wonderful, and I'm not swindling you, but we're doing Eliza a favor by saving her from the fires too.
Someone clip Rob's face right now. I need this later. I need this for later.
Leslie is sweating.
Well, I
Leslie is
cast
not good at
create
deceiving.
water.
I am. Yeah, we just see like Lucky's like pits are just
Well, it's funny,
drenched.
Lucky's probably like,
stress sweating.
done. But Simply's over here just like,
This is our friend.
I'm lying to her.
Eli, do you speak up?
Yeah, I said that out loud.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know that I don't feel right trading you bags of what could very well be what you can find on your fireplace for
I'm sorry. I'm
potion.
sorry. Do you see fire bats and firemen and creatures of sorts in your fireplace?
And we don't know that those creatures were created by the ash.
But they produce ash.
Yeah, so
Unlike
does fire.
regular wood. Well, regular wood does too, but regular wood does not. Look, Eliza, I'll tell you what. We'll have 300 gold in case the ash doesn't work.
So you're saying this is a loan?
It's an agreement.
Oh my god, it is Animal Crossing.
No interest. At any point in time.
I give you this potion of fire protection. Now, I do want you to know this is only useful for one person. Just, you understand that, right? I only have one. And you will bring me back the ash, but if the ash does not function as magical property, or lead to some kind of lucrative business venture wherein I accrue at least 300 gold pieces, you will provide 300 gold pieces to me.
Sounds good. Look at Eli.
All right, deal. Puts out her hand.
Eli, you want to shake up that?
It's your deal, friend.
Oh, great.
Slap.
No,
Yep, right
okay.
into paw to paw. Yeah, paw to paw. And she goes,
Great.
all right. And then she takes that same hand and hands you the vial.
No, who wants to hang on to this? I'm going to be all over the place and probably break.
Yeah, it's it's a good point. I'll take it.
I'm saying we don't know, okay?
Yeah, and I'm saying we don't know.
Yeah, but we don't have 300 gold either. So,
I didn't make the deal, Lucky.
we need the resistance. Look, he's like storming out of the store. I'm trying to do my best here to make sure we're covered before we sleeves.
Oh my God.
He's not good at
I love it.
haggling. He's very used to being just like, yoink. But we're friends with Eliza, so we can't steal from Eliza.
Lucky is friends with Eliza.
Friends.
Lucky is friends with everyone, okay? When it suits Lucky, they're friends.
It's literally okay. Have you seen Donnie Darko? It's the love to hate scale, except for it's will steal from, won't steal from scale. That's all it is.
It says will steal from, and there's a
Where do I
column that
fit
just
on that scale?
there's a column that just says everyone, and then that's it. That's it.
Damn it.
Jeez. Well, lucky you walk right outside and directly into Tever and Havel, and Tever's, we found the place. Good. Havel? And Havel's like, he's had a couple, but he'll be fine to walk. He might need to camp somewhere outside of here. It might take the rest of the day to get out of Alderheart, as crowded as it is.
Yeah. I just need a little bit of fresh air. It's a little dusty in here sometimes. Allergies.
Yeah.
But head on in, man. Go in there and say hello to everybody. I'm just gonna be around the side of the building.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Teva, come on. And Tever and Havel walk inside Eliza's shop. Lucky, what are you doing?
Like he's just harumped around the corner, just.
Okay, just pouting. Okay, good. Perfect. Tever and Havel enter the shop. Ding, 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 ding. And Eliza goes, welcome, new customers. I'm glad to see you here. We are, in fact, closed. And I was, peace, good woman. We're here for the heroes. We're traveling with them. Well, this one is. And Tever's like, oh, it's so expensive in here. Heroes. What would you like to do?
Well, the quality items that she sells, so that you might pay a little more now, but they last longer.
Right. Again, 10's not a whole lot of money, even for quality goods. Are you all set? Did you get everything you need?
What would you suggest people pack for fire stuff? Is there
Oh.
anything in particular?
Tever's like, oh, yes, do you have, like, something to cover your mouth and face with, and potentially eyes, and...
But our faces are so pretty.
Right, so the ash, though, gets, like, in everything.
Do you think we're ugly?
You're not listening. You're not...
It's like armor for your face. It's protective. It's to protect the pretty.
You're
Beautiful, sweetheart.
Can we get pretty masks?
Cloth does wonders. Just anything to keep the ash from outside your nostrils and your mouth is really your beak gets like gunked up.
Oh.
And it gets hot. Yeah, and it gets all like black and stuff. If you're not wearing a mask, your spit mixes with it and it gets all... Ugh.
Remember the slimy stuff you had on your hand?
No.
Yeah, it's not, and it's bad for your throat. You're a singer, Pez.
Oh no, yes, it's awful on the lungs. Even you'll be coughing for weeks.
This sounds awful.
It is. This is why the tenders exist.
I think we need like 20 masks each. Eliza, how many masks? How many masks you got?
Oh well, masks. Again, magical items. I can suggest you go get a couple scarves from down the road. I got scraps of cloth.
I think we might need some custom, very unique masks. We should all match so we can see each other, and we're all gonna be cute despite the terrible circumstances. We should go find some masks.
Are you sure that we need to? I think they just need to be functional.
But they're gonna be on our faces. What if the fire people see us and they're just they get mad because at our faces because we don't.
They're going to get mad at our faces. Dane is like
Just
super.
want to be cute all the time, Dagne.
It is not something that has crossed my mind.
Dagne.
Well, you're beautiful, but and you need to be protected. But
You're beautiful. We're gonna get you something cute, Dagne, because you're worth it.
I would be fine with Eliza's scraps of cloth. I don't need something as fancy as what you would need.
Dagne, you're gonna be super cute, and it's gonna be great. Trust me.
So, how long do you think it's going to take to get custom masks made?
Oh, well, I don't know if we're gonna do custom masks. At least something like, just something down the street. Just get some, like the scarves. I believe Eliza's stuff is great, but it's right. And Eliza,
So-
I love you. But
Pez,
what?
you select the mask. You go down the street and you rap on the door of a tailor's and you go inside. They allow you in because you are the famous Pez and they're getting the business of Pez. What do you select for the party?
Okay, so I have no idea what I'm looking for. Is the Tever? Is Tever? Would Tever happen to be there as well?
Sure, why not? You drag him along with you.
All right, Tever. What kind of fabric do we need?
Thicker
How about
fabric,
this
but you...
lacy?
No holes.
Oh.
No, you want no holes. Just enough to be able to breathe, but also keep out particulates in the air.
What if we layer it? Like maybe one of the fabrics that like in a nice color and then put a lacy thing over it just.
Oh, sure. Yeah. You could do that like as a decorative piece. Sure, right now, but you need that like thicker one underneath. Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get ooh. Okay, so we're tough, right? We're tough cookies. We're gonna fight the fire.
I hope we're tough because there's monsters in there, so.
Maybe like a royal blue sort of color, opposite sort of thing.
I like blue. Whenever I leave the ashen, desolate plains, I like looking up at the blue sky. It's nice.
Yeah, it'll go well with your jacket. And
Oh,
that
blue and
then
green is nice.
yeah, just put like a little fabric on top of it for some pizzazz, you know?
Do you select everyone gets lace on theirs?
Yes. We got a match.
Perfect. What does the lace look like? What's the pattern?
Like one of those like a eyelet sort of things, you know, like the dots all over.
Sure.
Flowery,
Okay.
shapy dot ones.
Little flowery, shapy dots all over it.
Yeah.
The tailor, doing a special request for Pez, goes in the back and they have one of those like push pedal sewing machines, and they sew this lace portion to this heavier dark blue portion, and they bring it back to you, and they have 5 of them, and they hand it to you, Pez, and they've done this as a rush job in the last hour and a half. And they say, so, yeah, it's like 10 gold.
All right, hear me out. 10 gold, but what if? What if we lower that to about maybe, I don't know, for fun, maybe like 6 gold, and then when we come back from our very dangerous mission of top secret stuff for the council, but pertaining to the fires were very important. What if I come back and play outside your shop for a few hours during peak times, huh?
Roll me persuasion.
Yeah.
That's a 22.
Oh, of course. The famous Pez? Absolutely. Here, just take them. And you know what? Just say you got them here at Telly Taylor's, and you can come sing outside the shop when you come back. Alive, right? Alive?
Absolutely. We are the heroes of Alderheart all the time we come back alive. We haven't come back dead once yet.
And you can like see the stars in their eyes. They're like imagining the wealth that is going to be coming in when the famous singer Pez is outside their doorstep, bringing in all of the people. And you get 5 new masks with little lace flowery pieces on them for you to wear on your adventure.
They're beautiful. Thank you.
They're lost in thought, but you do leave. And as you leave, and before we exit Alderheart, let's take our break, shall we? And hit the restroom, get some snacks, and we will be right back in about 3 to 5 minutes. Hello, friends, and welcome again to DieFall Alderheart. Episode 13, the break screen. Hi, how are ya? If you're new here, think about hitting that follow button on twitch.tv/runawayrobot_. If you want to get caught up on stuff, you can head on over to the YouTube channel. That is youtube.com/runawayrobot. Be sure to hit that subscribe button there so you get to see all of the Dungeons and Dragons things. And if you'd like to find us in podcast form, you can head on over to Spotify, iTunes, and or SoundCloud. Type in DieFall, and we pop right up. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome, I do have to say. If you would like to support this show, and you would like to participate in this show in a Patreon-esque sort of way, you can head on over to patreon.com/DieFall. All of the proceeds made in that Patreon go directly to the cast members here, so I can pay them for their time and their talents. I appreciate everyone being here this lovely afternoon/evening. And we will be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to DieFall Alderheart, episode 13, part 2. We may be going on an adventure eventually if we finally get everything put together. And we all have cute masks with lace on them now. That I think Pez will probably whip out at some point in time. So do you guys head out? Do you leave the city?
Right.
Yeah? Yeah?
Imagine if we're
Okay.
ready to.
Okay. It's late
no idea
afternoon
my
now. Yeah, I mean, I guess Eliza, which you would have said bye to already, but you leave. You give the room key to Havel, who is very gracious about having a place to stay within the city, and you head out towards the Scorched Grove. So let's go jump on over to the world map here, right? Let's go talk about world maps, and I will show you here, chat, what's up. So Alderheart is here, right there in the center, and this Scorched Grove here is off to the west. Now, there are two ways you can get there. One way is you can go back towards Winnowing Reach and then continue west until the road nears the south end of the grove, where Ash Barrow used to be. Or you can take a more direct approach through the forest itself. The easier path, the one towards Winnowing Reach, will take about 4 days to arrive at the location where Tever saw whatever he saw. If you take the short road, it'll be 2 days.
Gives me a while to eat my rations, but I think it would be important to check back in on Winnowing Reach. See how they're doing. You guys want to do that? It's a safer route.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we should at least report back that everything that has transpired. I mean, they were the ones that were hoping to send us to Alderheart, or gave us their blessing.
It would be nice to see if my house is still standing.
That as well.
Is you okay? What's up?
Hello, the DM. Hey.
Yes. Hi.
Hey.
What's up?
Is it all like road?
To Winnowing Reach, it is road. If you were going to pass through the forest, you'd be likely relying on your friends Lucky and Eli to find your way through the undergrowth. They've been pretty good about this in the past.
How big are horses in this universe?
Horses are regular-sized horses. The bird folk and the humble folk are like regular-sized beings. Gerbeens being close to like halfling-sized, whereas bird folk are like normal human-sized generally.
Would it
So
be
horses are just horses.
faster if we ripped out a riding horse with saddlebags and went that way? Would it make it a bit quicker?
How many horses do you have?
I have a horse.
It would be faster for that one person. Otherwise, you'll be leaving behind the rest of your group.
Okay.
So yes, it would be faster, but only one person would be able to use the horse.
I'm just gonna inform the group that that is a thing that I have. I get it.
You could get the horse and then get like a cart and save some people's legs, but you wouldn't be able to go faster, I guess
Okay.
is the point.
Didn't you also have some other sort of animal?
Puppies.
Mastiffs, I think, right?
Big puppies.
Are they riding size for Gerbeens?
Well, for Gerbine, maybe. They're big.
Lucky needs a mount. Let's go.
Lucky
Let's go.
needs a mount. You know what? We're turning around. We're going back to Alderheart. We're finding a stable, getting some freaking horses. Which, I mean, do you want horses? You can buy horses.
We could probably ask the council for supplies too.
Oh. That's a good idea.
I mean, I never rode a horse, but I wouldn't mind trying him. If you guys want to try him.
It's been a long time since I've been on a horse.
This is a mission of some urgency.
A riding horse is 75 gold pieces.
I don't have enough for a horse, but if you guys want one, feel
I
free.
enjoy that the horse is cheaper than a potion.
Right?
Potions are magic.
Horses are magic. The magic of friendship.
Magic of horse friendship.
Did
I will
Where's the
point out
general
that
again?
Eliza had a cart at some point.
She had a pull cart, not necessarily
Oh,
a
we
ring
can't
cart.
You,
I
I
mean,
will
I
not
th-
point that out anymore.
I think Lucky would. I mean, it fits goods, right? But it's definitely like a hand cart rather than a horse cart.
Gotcha.
We could go see if we could borrow.
I mean,
Good.
the council knows that it's like a great importance is happening. So
They asked us to go.
if they can cover our rooms for like what's it been, like a month, then you know they might can pocket a horse or two, or a horse and wagon at least. You know.
Do that. Yeah, we can ask.
Wouldn't hurt to ask.
All right, let me
Okay.
just let's go back in because we were already in.
Just turn around at the door.
You never left. All right, let's just go with that. You never left. Tever is just like hopping from foot to foot, like, what is taking so long? Why? I thought we were
We're
leaving.
at that moment where you're like almost shutting your door to your house, and you're like, "Do I have my keys on me? What about my keys? Are they in the house? Are they on me? Are they in the house?"
Where's my phone? Do I have my wallet?
Do I have a thing? Oh my god. Okay, so where are you going?
Diana's gonna the general lady Strigg. She would probably know where to go to borrow things.
To borrow. Oh, you want to go like talk to the quartermaster
Yeah,
of the perch guard?
Yeah.
Okay.
because that's where the stuff would be, anyways.
So yeah, she would tell you that she would take you to the quartermaster and ask about what you're trying to borrow. So what's on your list?
Do we want everyone horses, or do we want a cart for Pez's horse? Which is
I've never driven a horse before. I don't know what that experience is like. So I've been on a cart or two, but not a horse.
we would probably get you a pony.
Are those bigger than horses? Or are they smaller than horses?
Oh, they're much smaller.
No. If I was gonna take a horse, I'd take a big horse. But I've never ridden a horse
Like
before.
a
so
Clydesdale then. That's a big horse.
sounds like a big horse. All right. We can ask. I mean, I could try. I don't know. I don't really have.
I was like, well, what do you have available? Well, we'll start
The
there.
quartermaster? They don't have horses.
Do they have a cart?
They are the perch guard. They do a lot of floating around from perch to perch. They do have carts. I think they would direct you to maybe joining up with a merchant caravan of some kind. But merchant caravans move very slowly. You could try one of the stables, but the perch guard doesn't use horses, which is why it's really important that the Humblewood Brigade has been put together, so they're much further faring, and there's many more of them that they can go reach all of these edge locations in the woods.
They're the cavalry.
Well, yeah, sort of. They can walk through the underbrush rather easily. And there's only like 4 major roads in this entire like forest, right? There's not like a huge need for horses, rather like basically like pack mules and stuff for these caravans. So you're more than welcome to like purchase these things, but the quartermaster does not have anything available.
So we have one available, right? And then
Basically, probably the cheapest would be to get if there's a merchant caravan who hasn't left Alderheart, and to somehow relieve them of a cart.
I mean, if there's a merchant caravan already headed to Windward Reach with supplies, maybe we could hook up with them.
It's not a bad idea.
It would take longer to follow them.
It's gonna take like, and I imagine Lucky kind of would know travel times.
Yeah, so
discretion.
I'm looking at the map right now. The merchant caravan will travel at the same pace as you walking, essentially.
Yeah.
Because more than likely, you're either going to just be riding shotgun in a cart or walking beside one.
I mean, the point is, do we want company or not? Because I mean, it's
That's-
nice to have people to go with, and in case they run into any trouble in the wood, we can help them out. You know, maybe a little extra cash in there for us.
So then we'll turn to the quartermasters. Where do we find where the caravans are their schedules?
Well, I had to guess if you were looking for a merchant caravan schedule, you'd probably just want to try and find one that's putting together. I really just manage the goods here for the Perch Guard. I don't really know much about the merchant and stuff. I know there's a merchant on the council. Maybe you should talk to them. I know you talk to the council a lot. I'm not rather sure. You could. I mean, the scouts might have some reports of caravans coming in. I'm sorry, I can't be more of a help. I'm pretty holed up here trying to keep track of what we do got.
Well, no worries. It's been a while since we've had to, leave Alderheart. We're a little rusty getting our supplies together. We will, we'll keep that council member in mind. But I guess we'll go to the market and see if we can find something there.
Okay. So you're going to the... Oh, sorry, I had to pop my neck. Which marketplace are you going to try out? You guys have been here for 2 weeks, so probably would have seen something happening.
Mm-hmm.
How much time are you guys spending down in the undergrowth again?
I was helping builds, direct.
Right, so you've been doing a lot of up and down on these elevators then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Which means you would have probably seen some of the caravans come in.
Yeah.
You would note that most of the caravans go to the northern side of the tree. Remember where that one attack happened?
Yeah.
That is the largest of the lifts, and most of the time the carts are parked on the lift itself, the horses and or mules removed from it, and the goods lifted up into the tree.
Right. Diagonal, I guess we should go over to the north. Hopefully we have better luck there. Start trundling on over that way.
Okay. So you go on over. You definitely see people moving goods around. That's for sure. It is later in the day though. It's approaching nighttime now. So it's more of a cleanup action rather than people looking to pack up to go, or people arriving.
I mean, is there a merchant's guild or something around here that we can check out to see what they've got going on?
Is there a merchant's guild? I mean...
Probably the head of it's that council person.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me. Investigation.
Right,
Find me a merchant's guild.
-1 in this. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
That's
A
a
7. The only person that you can think of that that's a merchant is Eliza and or the council member.
Eliza's probably asleep right now. What do you guys think? Or at least shutting down, not asleep, but shutting down at the moment. Who knows? I don't know her nap time. She could be sleeping right now.
Well, she was closing up shop when we left earlier, so I imagine she's at least retired for the night. She's probably having her dinner.
I mean, she's our only contact to know if there's anybody who's got caravans or, any other deals that we could pull to try to get faster transportation. Otherwise, we've missed a whole half a day of light to get there. So,
yeah, we have been around the trunk a bit today.
it's a big tree.
Oh, but that means going back up the tree.
You just want to go? I mean, realistically, we're not gonna be able to afford a couple horses anyways, and cart is gonna move at the same pace. And as much as I would like to, take a load off on the ride too, there's no caravans going. You just go by yourself. I just want
I imagine we just walk then.
I mean, 2 days cutting through the wood isn't that bad.
Would you want to go that way instead of going to Winnow and Reach? There's like 4 days if we go to Winnow and Reach.
Thought it was a matter of urgency. That's the only reason I'm suggesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I maybe? I think it's probably pretty urgent because, monsters and things, and I might be able to find my friend and or their corpse or something.
Yeah, and didn't the council say they reported back to Winnow and Reach on the fact that we were here? You guys remember that? Didn't they say they were letting them know?
I think we asked them to, but I don't think we followed up on it.
I mean, I'm down for a shorter walk, but you guys want to report into them.
As much as I would like to see home, but my legs...
How about we take the short way there, and then if things go well, we take the long way back and check on your home.
I think that is the best decision that we can do right now.
All right.
What are you squinting about, Eli? Trying to read some hardware somewhere? What's going on?
My resting Rob face. I had nothing for that.
I just imagine Eli's and they're just like...
I was just reading something.
No, we are losing daylight. It is dim. It is hard to just...
Reading my spells, you bully.
Well, the good thing with the leaving late is, with it being dark, we're close to Alderheart, and less threat at being so close. That way we're not going a full day's light out, and then the dark hits when we're far away. You know what I'm saying? If we go tonight, then it's dark as we're close to, you know what I'm saying? He's a survivalist. I'm not. So I don't know.
He knows what he's saying. He's totally right. Never been more right.
I imagine it is safer. We'll be able to see Ember Bats more clearly.
Yeah, hopefully we don't miss them this time. Remember the last time? I thought they were just torches in the distance.
You don't remember? Don't remind me of last time. It was too close.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, it was fun watching you run, though. That's the fun sight.
These legs are not for running.
You got a good sprint, Don't sell yourself short. But it's great.
Oh my goodness. So it's dark. It's late. You guys leaving Alderheart tonight? Are you gonna walk through the night? Gonna push some hours of walking time?
Might as well.
Who has dark vision and or torches?
I've got dark vision.
Okay. The rest of you have, I know, you are a cleric, Rob. Do you have the light cantrip or no?
Sure don't.
Okay. All right. Okay. Torches it is. Torches it is, I suppose. And Tever does not have dark vision either.
Ooh, wait. I learned a 4th cantrip.
Did you?
Do I do it right now?
Dude, what cantrip did you learn, Rob?
Didn't pick it, but you know what? Maybe let me just consult my spell book over here. Oh, gee, look at this. It's light. Wow. It's light.
Wow.
Oh boy, here it is. It's light.
There it is. The
Wow.
light spell. That's crazy.
Completely unprompted. Eli decided he was going to learn some light spell.
Yeah, so Eli, what do you cast your light spell on?
Oh, gee, Willikers. How's about the gosh dang cool sword I got?
Okay. So the one that's belted on your side there? Or do you want to, like, hold it aloft?
Hold it aloft, like Shadow of the Colossus style.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, so you cast light on it, and I believe it's a 30-foot radius. It just...
A 20-foot radius. And then dim light for an additional 20.
Oh, cool. All right. So you guys now have 40 foot of vision of one way or another, and you continue outwards out of Alderheart. Tever seems a little bit nervous about it being dark out, but you do push into the woods, following the pathways that Eli and Lucky know on your way to the Scorched Grove. How long do you guys travel in the dark here?
I mean, we said it was late, right? We should probably chill after a couple hours, yeah.
Couple hours?
Yeah, I imagine getting too far in the dark would be not very smart. So
And
Okay, so you do a couple hours, and then do you just make camp? Do you utilize your nest charm? What do you do?
Hey, Dagon, how you feeling? You feeling brave?
Are you?
You feeling lucky, punk?
How about I protect the ground while you sleep up there?
Are you all by yourself?
you just sit right in the middle. Less of a chance of falling off the edges, you know?
Basically, none
That's
chance.
what I did last time, and it was not very restful for me.
I could always give you a nice hearth to warm yourself down here.
Oh, that would be nice. Yeah, I can take a look out for a little bit, and then I will have much better sleep down here.
There we go. We'll have two in the tree and two down here.
Oh, okay.
Watch
Let's
up
see.
high, down low.
We're not that far from Alderheart. We
Hanging
could
out.
all just stay down here if you want to. I like the mountains.
But up is fun.
Oh, okay. We keep an eye
You
out
don't have
from that
to,
far
but-
high. You're right. I mean, not gonna say you're wrong. It's a good see over everything. There's a lot of trees here. Get that nest high.
Yeah, there you go. We'll have a watch up there and down here. Be secure. Smart.
Should we have like a call or something if something goes wrong? You're just gonna yell our names?
Yeah, something went wrong.
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'm sure you will too.
I hate that.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa! What do you mean? What do you mean? That's fine. It's totally fine. So you guys, how you camping? How you camping? It doesn't rightly much matter for this first night. I'm gonna be entirely honest here.
Dad camp, dad hearth, dad hearth.
Dad hearths, cooks a little meal,
Just a little
feeds the
meal.
peeps,
We'll,
feeds the people.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And it's nice. And Tever's thankful. And you guys set up a watch. And with the ever-present light spell of Eli, you feel pretty safe. And the night passes easily. And because you only had gone a couple of hours, nothing rightly well happens. You're not very close to the Scorched Grove. So you guys get to continue on your next day, bright and early, walking through the forest itself. So whoever is leading, can you roll me a survival check, please?
Lucky's definitely taking the lead.
Lucky's taking the lead. Roll me survival, Lucky.
That's what
23. Lucky, it's like your nose can smell the ash of the plains and you know exactly where you're going.
I mean, it's much easier to swap. This is a stanky place, you know?
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
good.
This just smells kind of burnedish. Even though you know it to be at least another day and a half walk away. So, but that's good. That's a good survival roll. Who is watching the roads? Just give me some rolls for perception, please. We'll take these as your day rolls for perception.
I imagine Dag and I will be watching the back.
Okay, Eli, I know why you're distracted. Don't worry. I got you, bud. Dagonet, I know why you're also distracted. Don't worry. Pez, what are you doing?
I'm just looking for little flowers to pick up. Would I still do perception?
Hell yeah, you would.
Okay.
Wow, there's apparently not a lot of flowers.
Nope.
So, as you guys are traveling, and Lucky is valiantly leading the way, very skillfully, I think Lucky, occasionally, like, you find that your friends are having trouble on the path itself that you're picking, even though you can get through it rather quickly, and you're having to, like, double back over and over again. It's like when your mom tells you to, like, run to the stop sign and run back because she's walking slower than you are when you were a kid. Was that just me? So while you're walking.
That's fun. My mom just yelled at me.
Oh, okay.
Lucky's probably like advising you guys, like, those bears good, those bears not so good. Don't eat those bears. But you can stop touching those bears. Those are the good
I'm
ones.
gonna be honest. I heard you say bears first. And I was like,
bears.
yes, some bears good, some bears bad. I was like, this is getting really
Can you
spooky.
imagine how big bears would be in our universe? No, goodbye.
Yeah.
Thanks though.
Giant bear. No. So, Tever speaks up while you're waking. You've done breakfast and you packed up, and he's got his pack on. And a couple hours in, he's like picking his way through the woods, and he goes, "So, do you know about the Scorched Grove and how it came to be?"
Not really.
Do I know?
You potentially do. Roll me history.
Okay.
13. Yeah, you have an idea. You're like, yeah, it was massive. There was a forest fire there. I think they called it the Calamity. It happened hundreds of years ago. And like the entire area has been altered and it just hasn't come back.
Yeah, the Calamity, yeah?
Yes. So there's a story about the Calamity that it gets passed down through the tenders during our training and things. It goes like this. Long ago, birdfolk thought they could stop forest fires from devastating the wood by using powerful otherworldly magics, but the plan backfired. The magic fueled the flames and the grove was consumed. By the grace of the Amaranthine, the birdfolk were able to lull the blaze into a quiet slumber. Though the flames were contained, the act unbalanced all of the elemental force of the wood for hundreds of years, which is why only the gentler, life-giving magics are used to help the earth heal. With nature, the slow way is the right way.
Well, I mean, is it possible those magics also, there's a bit of a residual effect and these creatures came about from that?
Oh. Hundreds of years later?
I only really know the gentle magics, the life-giving ones, the healing ones.
It's fine. It's interesting. I suppose I've never really thought about what caused the calamity.
Honestly, I'm not even sure if that's what it was, but if it was, then that really puts a lot of the blame on the birdfolk, and I don't really like how that makes me feel about my past generational family involvement in magic. And
Hey, you are not the sins of the past.
You're right, and we are here to fix it, right?
Right. We
Right.
learn from the past. Exactly.
Right.
You dedicate your life to doing good. That's what matters.
Yes, that does matter. You're a very smart hedge. Do you know that? You're just very... I feel at ease, comforted, reassured.
Well, I'm glad I could do that for you.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Okay. And Tever kind of like quiets down and like picks his way, and you note that he's not really used to like walking through forest paths very often, so he has a little bit of trouble, and you guys help him do the things that he needs to do. Lucky, roll me a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
An 8.
Good thing I'm proficient in that.
Oops,
Getting
I hit
it
the wrong
all
button.
out now.
Yeah, getting all the lows out. So, yeah, the previous ones were natural 1, a 3, a 7, and now an 8 in perception. We are all below 10s this evening. Okay. That's fine. One what it means is that eventually, like, you stop and you think you might have lost your group for a little bit. You've gotten a little bit too far ahead and you're looking around, but you see something off in the distance. It's later in the afternoon now, almost dusk, and the day has been traveling pretty swiftly, just getting through the woods, but now you see something through the tranquil forest, a fire blazing off in the distance. You try to focus on it, but it seems to be too blocked by the trees to see what it is.
Lucky is, if I'm close to a tree, going to choose to climb up whatever tree is close to get a better vantage point of with the fire and potentially where his party is.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll me some athletics. Get up that tree.
Sweet. Athletics, let's go. Boop.
A 6. You have some trouble getting up to the first branches. It takes you a little bit more effort than you're expecting, and you're afraid that you might miss whatever it was you thought you saw, or you might actually lose your party. Lucky for you, your party comes up right behind you as you're trying to jump up into this tree, and Eli notices that you're trying to get to the lower branches here.
Yeah.
I'll give him a little hand.
Yeah, you give him a boost
don't
up
tell anybody.
immediately. Immediately, Lucky can get up into the branches there, and Lucky, you climb up easily into the upper branches of a tree, and you look over towards the fire. As you look at it, you notice the flames have a bird-like shape.
He's gonna shout back down to Eli. Eli, you seeing this? You see the fires over the whatever direction, northwest, northeast, southeast.
Yeah,
whatever.
northwest.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Northwest. That way.
It's a bit hard through the tree line, but
There's definitely fire. And look, don't call me crazy, okay? Look at me. Don't call me crazy.
all right.
And a bird like?
Creatures or
I don't know. It's got like bird wings to the way the flames are moving.
Wait,
It's really weird.
Tever speaks up. Wait, does it look like a bird, or does it look like bird folk?
Like a bird, not like on 2 feet. Like actually a bird.
I don't know what that is. If it was bird folk, I know what that is.
Did I just get that wrong? Was it bird folk? Did you tell me it was bird folk?
I said bird-like.
Oh, bird-like. I mean, maybe they evolved. I don't know. What are you talking about?
what? Yeah. What do you mean? You know what that is? It's all right.
It's a fire specter. A memory of an inhabitant of the Scorched Grove. It gets animated by the flames that took its life. So most of the time they're only found in the deepest parts of the grove. But it's kind of unheard of to have one so far away.
Do I note how many potentially I see, or is it just like the one?
You just see one.
We're taught to leave them alone. Generally, they disappear once they fulfill whatever the purpose is that they have. Generally, it's something about reenacting a memory they had in their life.
Look, he's gonna try to look and see if what movement is happening. Like,
Yeah,
what
it's
the
a
shape
little
is
bit.
doing.
It's a little bit far away, but it's hard to tell from this distance. It's far enough away that you could likely just walk by it and never have to come into contact with it. But if it's piqued your curiosity, you could get closer and find out.
Like, he's gonna like advise his team of like potentially an alternate route that he sees like away.
Yeah, especially from up where you're at, it's easy enough to find another like dip in the forest to like kind of make a generally a direction, but bring you around this location. Probably put you out of the way like a couple 100 feet, but not too bad.
If we don't want to, I mean, if you're saying that we don't want, if it's advised to not mess with these things,
That's the advice of the tenders is that it will dissipate once it's fulfilled its purpose, and generally it doesn't take so long, and I don't know why it's so far away from the Scorched Grove.
Oh, do we know where on the map we are?
Like
roughly?
today?
Yeah.
It's late afternoon. You went out. Sure. You know what? Let me grab a pen for you. How about we do that? You left from this door. Okay, it wasn't that spinny, but like, okay, you probably got like here that night, and you're like, probably like here right now, close to the end of your day.
At first
Also,
loop
chat
is
can't see
'cause
the
of a
so hang on.
horse, just letting you know. First loop
Yeah,
is
yeah.
because-
This is
not
you. There,
lucky,
go
just the
back.
court.
Go.
Yeah.
This is the.
Okay.
I love it.
And this thing is to the west, like toward, like in the direction of the Storch Grove.
Yes.
It's kind of like northwest, northwest.
Okay. Yeah, I think it might be best to. Lucky, we'll do your alternate path. I think if the tender here says leave them alone, there aren't. Would we know if there's any?
So
like,
here's the issue. Generally, they're in the Scorched Grove. Everything's already burned. This one is not in the Scorched Grove and will maybe burn everything around it while it's trying to complete what it's supposed to be doing.
Has anybody ever like conversed with these things, or they just like observe them, or what?
I have never conversed with one of these things or seen one. We were just taught about them when we go to the Scorched Grove.
I mean, you said it was like a spirit, right?
Yes, it's the spirit of someone that was, well, burned in the magical fires that caused the calamity.
I mean, I'm not a cleric, but Eli, do you know what we should do with this? Like a spirit?
I suppose I can try. I mean, Mr. Pango showed me some books about ancient beasts and large creatures such as this. I could try. I mean, as a cleric, I do have training to well, I wouldn't call this thing undead, but turn undead and whatnot. So I suppose spirits aren't that far of a cry, right?
It makes sense to me. I definitely don't think we should leave it out here.
Yeah, I mean, we'll
You
we
sure
can
you
give
don't
it a
want to take
shot.
the road around? Just, road's there.
No, the tender's right. We should try to avoid more trouble with the woods and the fires.
Like this is only a day and a half from Alderheart. You know, if
Right,
this thing catches on
exactly.
fire,
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
there's a big problem.
Right.
Just bury it in a hole. No problem.
Can I roll insight on this shape at all to see like how it's behaving? Is it erratic? Is it wandering? Anything?
You would
or
you
want me
would need to get closer.
Okay.
You can probably get. You're pretty sneaky. You could probably get closer without anything noticing you.
mean,
But
you guys-
from this perch in your tree or where you're like come down to talk to your friends, you're still too far away to tell.
Yeah. You guys want me to like get up there and try to see what this thing's doing, or do you want to come up there with me?
I can approach on the ground. That is okay.
Oh yeah, not on the tree. I mean, just like going up further to see what's up. You know.
I can take my shield out. You know,
They do sometimes maybe get vengeful if they get prevented from finishing their task.
What task would he be looking for in this area of the wood?
Well, it's very hard to see right now, so I don't know.
We could get closer and try to find out. I'd be willing to
You first.
All right. And yeah, Eli, I think will start approaching the direction of the giant fire thing.
Yeah, so as you get closer, you realize that like the largeness of it is just the flames coming off of its body that's kind of started singeing and burning the things around it.
Mm-hmm.
It actually resembles a weeping corvum. The branches in the trees around its body are beginning to smolder. And as you approach, it seems unaware of your presence. It's on its knees, and it continues to fruitlessly grab at something in the underbrush. But it just burns everything that it touches. With each failed attempt at grasping at whatever this thing is, it places its head in its talons and kind of shudders in a way that suggests that it might be crying.
Like he's gonna whisper over to Eli, wait, what's it grabbing for? Do you see all that?
I don't know. I'm gonna try and speak to them. They look like they're in pain.
You got this, buddy. You can do it, no problem. You're very good at this stuff.
Is that an inspiration die I hear getting given over to Eli? All right, Eli, you have bardic inspiration for the next 10 minutes.
Thank you. Yeah, Eli's gonna cautiously approach and
It's getting hotter and hotter as you get closer.
and he'll just speak up loud enough to be heard, but not terribly.
So you stop before the flames begin to hurt you?
Yes.
Because it starts to hurt you.
How far is that?
It begins to get painful within about 5 feet.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna be like 5 feet away from this thing.
Okay.
He'd like to speak loud enough to be heard, but not yelling.
Yeah, absolutely.
May I help you find something?
It doesn't seem to hear you, and it makes another grab at something in the underbrush.
Specifically at one point in the underbrush?
As you watch, it seems to do this same thing.
Like on the same point, or it's going around a different...
It has not moved and is reaching for the same point over and over. And every time it seems to fail at doing something it wants to be doing. Would you like to investigate the situation?
I would like to investigate the underbrush.
Absolutely. Roll me investigation.
Oh,
6.
Sister.
You have a bardic inspiration die. The
Sure
max
do.
could bring you to a 12.
Yeah, I'd like to get a good old 10 there. It's a 6 right now?
Indeed.
Okay.
That's
got
a 12. Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Biz.
Do you risk getting closer to find out? I only say this because your DC on your roll is slightly too low.
Within not quite that 5 feet range. I don't want to start taking damage. Would I have to be within 5 feet?
With your current roll, I would say you would have to be within 5 feet of its location.
Okay.
If you wanted to see what it's doing.
I am going to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
I don't
Go
know
ahead.
if that's going to help.
Shield of Faith is an AC bonus, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You enter the range that begins to feel painful for you with this creature. And you lean closer, and it starts to hurt more, but you have this feeling that you need to know. You need to know what's happening here. You lean forward closer to it, and you see there's a grave marker covered by reeds. The singed, desiccated bush, it keeps reaching for it. It matches the bushes on either side. Then there's small patches of bluebells. As you hurriedly back away while feeling a bit singed yourself. Now roll your slight damage for you here. Oh god, of course I rolled max. 8 damage.
All right.
that is what you see.
And looks to be grasping toward these bluebells.
Mm-hmm.
Eli, are there any other bluebells in the area?
There are 2 bushes beside the one that it's trying to grasp at.
Okay. I'd like to pick some and offer them to the spirit.
You pick some, and you just walk in. You try to like walk in front of it and offer them, or you do. It doesn't seem to notice you, and it grabs again at the bush, and the bluebells, you know, smolder and burn away from its touch.
I will try to place them on the grave marker.
You skirt your way around and get really close, as close as you dare feel to this specter, and place this bunch of bluebells onto the grave marker.
And I'd also like to pray at the grave marker, just kind of a prayer of sort of like safe passage to the beyond sort of situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Come to the care of the community in heaven, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. It notices you as you place the bluebells down on the grave. It's like something clicks in its brain, and its flaming eyes look up at you, and you see this relief, and the spirit dissipates. The flames disappearing. The flames around on the bushes and trees and branches, though, that are smoldering gently, potentially growing later, have not dissipated.
How is the radius, would you say, on that damage?
It's probably 10 feet, right? Like you might have some sparks and stuff jumping from branches to branches here. Nothing is a full-blown blaze yet. What is that, Rob?
I would like to make the water fall as rain for a 30-foot cube with create water.
I love that you have this prepared. And yes, you do. And as I think it's perfect. It's perfectly part of your prayer that you have at the gravesite.
Yeah, he doesn't
Is
break
that
the prayer. He just sort of
you place the
continues.
bluebells. The spirit finally notices you, and there's like a and it just begins to rain as the spirit dissipates. This small relief, and it looks up into the rain as it disappears, and there's like the on the smoldering flames around you, and it does dissipate the rest of it. Eli, you are a bit drenched, but you know, no, not really worse for wear. You got a little burn. The rain felt good on it. You'll manage.
As soon as the like specter or flame dissipates, Lucky is like batting out fires, and like runs in like Eli, like what the hell? What happened? Like wiping rain away from his face.
As the Tander said, it had unfinished business here.
Yes. Good work, Hedge. That was...
I wouldn't have known
wonderful.
to do that without your insight.
Oh, right, yes, which is why I'm along on this adventure with adventurers and heroes and things, and that was wonderful. You're burned.
Oh, this is nothing. Please.
No, please, come here.
Yeah. So he'll step forward.
Yeah. What's it called? What's the one where they touch you and it heals?
Lay on hands.
Lay on hands. Thank you. I was like, healing. No, lay on hands is paladin.
Oh,
Cure wounds is
healing
touch.
touch.
Thank you. Gosh.
That's the one.
That's the one I wanted. Brilliant.
So smart.
He walks over to you, and this like green kind of glow after he rubs his hands together, and he places it on the kind of the arm portion of you that had been burned, that was closest to the being, and you feel suffused with some health, and you note that the redness there has gone down to a dull pink, and it stings less, and feel a little bit better. You heal 5 hit points.
Aw, thanks, man. Thank you.
And of course, if I was braver, I could have probably helped you a little bit more with that. But
Eli's
you
gonna
did
put a
a
hand
wonderful
on this
job.
shoulder and just, hey, I'm meaning to say something about this.
What?
You keep talking about being with heroes and everything as though you're
Yes.
not part of the group right now.
I am a simple tender that is looking for his fallen teacher.
You are a man with knowledge, a man who bravely made their way to Alderheart and informed the council in your own way that this was an issue. And you're even braver still heading back here. And you're healing people. My friend, I don't know if you've looked up the definition of a hero anytime soon, but I'm looking at one right now.
I feel really uncomfortable with this level of praise. Can we? Thank you. Continue. We have some daylight left.
Of course. Of course.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Jeremy, Lucky, lead on. Oh, they've already scouted ahead. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, we will follow them then.
And he like takes up second in line this time to follow Lucky the Gerbean. And you guys continue your way towards the Scorched Grove. Night comes, and you camp, and night passes, and it's good. You feel good about what you've done so far. And the next day begins, and your journey begins anew, and it's I feel like some of the group might feel good about being back out in the woods and on the road, being with purpose to somewhere in some location. So as you continue through the wood, Lucky, can I get a survival check one more time from you here for day 2 on your way to the Scorched Grove? An 11, a little tougher going, maybe a little bit slower going, but you're able to adequately bring the party to wherever you need to be. Can I get some perception checks from the rest of the group? A 5 from Eli, Dagonet 14. Pez, are you still looking for flowers? Or are you looking, Pez, are you looking for flowers or are you looking around?
Now that we're getting closer, I'm probably looking around more.
I was gonna say you find some
stressed
dope
out.
flowers with that natural 20, but yeah, you're a little stressed out, and I think that stress feeds into something. You like feel it in your bird bones. You're nearing the Scorched Grove. You can sometimes you look up and you see like bits of ash falling into the forest, and you know it's getting closer. You hear a sound in the distance, grows louder. A cacophony of screeches reach your ears, and before you see the source. A great cloud of ember bats is consuming the sparse forest to the north of you. They're still a distance away, but you can feel the combined heat of their bodies even from here. And with that natural 20, Pez, you can see a mysterious bright orange light that shines
in between them.
All right, that's not nice. Hey, everyone. Hey, look at that. Hey, I got some masks earlier. Maybe you wanna put those on? Here you go. Here's some masks. We're all gonna look very nice.
Wait,
Biz, what's going on?
why are we wearing a mask? Who are we trying to? People don't want to see our face. What?
Right over there. Stuff. It's not good. Not good noises. Don't your bones feel hot? Do your bones feel hot? Hey, over there.
I thought that was just the inflammation in my leg. We've been walking a while.
It could possibly be both, honestly. I do not know. I do not know, Dagonet. I just know that it's spooky. It's spooky over there. Put your mask on. Put your mask on, Dagonet.
If you insist.
Do you guys put your lacy royal blue masks on?
Sure.
Yes.
do.
Tever takes his and puts it on himself as well. And he goes,
Oh, Pez. Oh, no. I advise that we do not rush in blindly. But we cannot allow that mass of ember bats to continue.
What are we supposed to do about it?
You're the heroes here.
Well, how do the tenders typically deal with amber bats?
Generally, we don't deal with them while they're in the Scorched Grove. They just kind of exist because they're only burning the things that are already burned. When they're outside of it, generally we just pick up the ashes. But you're heroes and you're used to killing living things, and as much as I advise against the killing of living things, I'm really at a crossroads here about what's actually important for the woods. And kill it?
Did it look like just ember bats, or did you say there was like a glow coming from the middle of
you
it?
saw a mysterious bright orange light that you can see shining between this enormous swarm of ember bats.
Real quick, I would like to maybe possibly also point out that maybe it might not just be ember bats. We saw ember bats before, and that seems like more than ember bats. There's some stuff in the middle there. It's like a sun, maybe. Do they have a sun? It's really.
No, I don't know. I can't tell from here. All I see is just flames darting around over there in the distance.
I don't suppose you've ever seen or heard of rather a fire. I'm sorry, the spirit communing with the creatures of the Scorched Grove, have you?
Fire communing? Fire is a non-sentient thing as far as I knew
before.
before.
Those spirits.
Oh.
Whatever I just dealt with, I'm just forgetting the name of it right now.
Oh, the
No.
specter?
The
I'm sorry,
specter.
the fire specter. Is it possible that there's a fire specter with them, and it's searching for something?
His eyes widen. He goes,
Maybe? I've never heard of such a thing.
I don't know if they're behaving unusually. Maybe they're being willed to do so.
Then we should. I'm going to regret saying this. We should find out.
I'm sorry. The last time we tried to find anything else out about the fire bats, they chased us for like a mile. So.
Yeah, but you're the heroes. You're supposed to. This is the reason you're here, right?
Just rain on them, right? Hey, Eli, just put some rain on them. Just do that.
Eli, you are refreshed because it has been over a night, and so you guys have all of your spells and your health and your everything again.
Oh, thank you.
It is a fresh day.
Would you say that I could fit them into a
30-foot cube.
30-foot cube.
Oh, how about this? How about we do this? Let's drag you to a map.
Fun.
Don't love that.
Super casual, no big deal.
Yeah. Cash.
Chat, I will
cash
fix the map for you.
Oh, that is a large bat.
It is a swarm. It is just a
Yeah,
big old
yeah,
bat
right.
face, but it is a swarm.
Yeah, don't love it. Well, let's take a look and see. How is the square thing? How do you do the square thing?
You can draw a square if you would like.
I thought there was a measurement square thing.
No, I believe the line is the only thing that you can do with measuring.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. The 15-foot cube, you say? Easy.
He's easy, he
Look at
says.
that, look at that.
Easy, he
That looks
says.
like a 30-foot cube right there.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. What's the cast range on that?
30 feet.
Oh,
I need
okay.
to, I need to,
Interesting,
you know,
interesting,
trek a little bit. Don't say this. Don't say, what is
interesting.
the fly speed on this, you piece of shit? Don't say these things.
Chat just mentioned it's just one big bat just swooping towards you guys. Just one big silly bat. Oh god! It's all on fire and shit.
That's called a dragon.
Yeah.
Fuzzy dragon.
he's a fuzzy dragon with an upturned nose. All right, that's all he is.
Big fuzzy.
I mean, if
When
you want me to
say
give him
funny
fire
Leslie
breath, I
things
can.
When I'm drinking. You monster.
So, party, what would you like to do?
Hero stuff, I guess.
If this is a tree right next to us, we're like Lucky's 100% climbing tree for vantage point.
Yeah, you're on like the edge of the scorched land now. So it's you can absolutely. You want to climb up that bad boy?
Yeah, I want to be able to see if someone's going to us.
Yeah, sure. So right now it doesn't seem that the group has noticed you. They seem to be swarming around this thing. So you get up onto the tree. So go ahead and move your token up onto the tree.
Yep.
You do your like standing jump or whatever. You whoop, and you're just up on top of the tree now.
They can 30 feet. This is people like 40, 20.
Yeah, what is this? What is? Who
Jump
cares? It
over
doesn't
the
matter.
tree.
I'm here. Yeah. So, I didn't put Tever on the map, by the way. He's just not there. You can see from here that there's this glowing ball of like molten orange energy. It's small. It's like a foot across. It shines like a miniature sun. You have trouble looking at it.
That's a lot of fire. That's a lot of direct fire. Yeah. It's like freaking out. Like I can't see anything. My eyes are burning.
You got your mask on, Lucky?
Begrudgingly, Lucky has put on his lacy mat, just letting you know. It's like, yes, I've got it on.
Yeah, Lucky's muffled voice reaches down from the top of the tree. Okay. What's the plan here?
I mean, does Lucky see any point of getting around him? Or getting around this
You
large
could.
light source?
Yeah, I mean, you can take a detour. It has not noticed you yet. Could it potentially notice you? Yes. You got close enough to figure out what's going on here. So it's potentially the swarm could figure it out.
Yeah, Lucky's definitely relaying information about what he sees, and he's like, this is massive, guys. We can go this way around northeast, and we can duck around this way. But
Tever's like, look where we are. And he like turns around and he points at all of the green behind you. And then he turns around and he points at them. It's right here. We'll burn down the rest of the forest in the area.
he's gonna look at Eli. Do we avoid it, or what do you want to do?
We've got to lure it away from the forest. I mean, this thing is making a beeline for the woods.
How you want to do that?
Oh, well, I don't rightly know, but he's right. If left unchecked, this might be a problem, and I don't know. We got to figure out what the hell is wrong with these things. If I can, I would like to detect magic.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You're gonna do it?
Yeah.
How long does it take to cast?
One action,
Okay.
and I can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of me. So I'm gonna try and get closer.
Do you want to do this as stealthily as possible?
I would love to do that.
Roll me a stealth check, please.
Sure. My rolls have been great.
They've been
will
wonderful
go well.
today. Yes, but now it matters.
Yeah.
That's a 5. Eli, you make your way closer to the Ember Bat swarm. As you approach closer to it, you can see you're having to cover your eyes from the brightness that is emitting from within the swarm. And you note now that there are hundreds of these bats swarming around whatever this orb is. And in you having to shield your eyes from it, you on a charred piece of wood. And the swarm notices you. But sadly, I think we're going to have to do that next time we pick up DieFall Alderheart next week. I guess we'll have to see what happens with the giant swarm and the tiny little sun that is blinding our friends within the middle of it. So thank you everyone for joining us this evening. I super duper appreciate it. I'm sure this will end wonderfully. Again, that is next week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be here right at the beginning because otherwise you might miss it. Thanks for playing tonight, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
thanks.
I finally got you out of the city. Oh my god. Oh. I thought I was gonna have to blow it up and then it just didn't exist anymore.
I like how Lucky was like, is there somebody who needs any adventure outside these doors? Let's go. Immediately was like,
who needs adventure? Yeah. I need to get on the road. Exactly.
Lucky's like a caged animal, just I will bite the next person who does not let me out of the city.
I could have stolen food for everyone, and instead I set up a food recycling system. What is happening to me?
Who am I anymore?
Yeah, exactly. You had to get out of that city. Had to get out on the road. Wonderful. Yes, Rob, I need you to cleanse your internet dice before we start next week because we're at the Scorched Grove, everyone, and we're gonna find out what's happening inside of it. Maybe we find the origin of all of the trouble that's been happening around Alderheart. Maybe. We'll find out. Let's do some shout outs, shall we? Yeah, Malaveth, where can the people find you at?
I don't know, the internet, I guess. I'm Malaveth. I'm on the internet. I stream 3 days a week on Twitch, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and also I'm on Twitter. I post art stuff. I draw a lot of art stuff. It's been a lot of Buff Orc Ladies lately, which is fun, and I like doing that. Buff Orc Ladies are great. Drawing stuff, bunch of stuff. Not dying.
The Buff Orc Lady is now a print, by the way,
Yes.
chat, so you should go get yourself a nice orc girlfriend because she's hot.
Up on imprint. Mm.
Yes. Thank you, Malaveth. I appreciate that. Roberto, where can the people find you at when you're not dying to a giant ember
In
bat?
hell, in actual hell. I've prepared a poem for everybody.
Yes.
13, 4, 13, 6, 5, 5. No, it's not my social security number. It's the fucking dice rolls. I didn't roll above a 13 all session because it's lucky number 13 here at DieFall.
Oh, that's right.
Hi, hello, I'm Rob, or bonus stage Rob, or fucking dead, who's to say? You can find me a couple different places on the internet where I'm not losing my shit. It is twitch.tv/The Monty Hall at 9 p.m. on Eastern on Wednesdays, where I play Tog Ironpick, a dwarven barbarian. I mean gentleman, not barbarian. That's barbaric. And at twitch.tv/Game Nights, that's game with 2 G's and a K in Nights, where I play Travis Kelly, the Crooked. Well, his class might be changing soon, because that's just how the apocalypse system works, ladies and gentlemen. And that's at 4 p.m. Eastern every other Sunday. So not this Sunday, but the next. That's a fun time. That's a cool time. And guess what? In both of those games, I'm not fucking gonna die to a cloud of bats!
Hey, Rob. Thank you very much for playing this evening. I appreciate that. Thank you.
My last haw.
Lady May, where can we find you at?
Well, most often you can find me here playing Dagonet on Thursdays, 7 p.m. Eastern. Otherwise, I'm usually hanging out on the internet. The Lady May, you can find me there on Twitter and Instagram, and maybe one day Twitch again, hopefully. But yeah, been posting pictures of my cats, some Animal Crossing stuff here and there, and yeah.
Thank you, May. It was wonderful. I always love having Dagonet here. Thank you. Simply Jackson, where can the people find you at?
I am Simply Jackson, or Simply Jackson, Jinx, Jin, Jinxon, or whatever variation of the name people want to call me. You can find me on Twitter at Simply Jackson without an underscore, or on Twitch at twitch.tv/simply_JXN. I am actually offering one spot for left right now out of 5 for Animal Crossing character commissions. If you want to go check that out, it's on my Twitter. But yeah, I make art and I play games, and I like D&D except for when it makes me sweat a little because I have to play out of my nature to play characters that I create for my own problems. So here we are, friends.
Leslie, we all love it, and I appreciate you putting the effort in. Thank you very
I literally
much.
rub holes in my knees. I do this the whole time. Like, if you go back and watch all the clips, anytime there's a moment where I have to talk somebody into something or make some seedy choice, I'm just rubbing the knees of my pants because I'm terrified. I'm not that person, man.
I love it. Thank you very much, Leslie. I appreciate it. Hi, I'm Runaway Robot. This is my channel, so you probably figured that part out already. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch, as well as we do some of the Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Right now, we're playing a Humblewood game, which is this one at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursdays. If you want to get caught up on all the jazz, you can head on over to the YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/runawayrobot. If you want to do the podcast stuff, that's on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify at DieFall. If you want to support us on Patreon, that's DieFall. That's patreon.com/DieFall. And I'm just going to put all the links in here because I don't really like talking about myself that much. And we're just going to wrap this bad boy up. And we'll see you next week. I don't know what Rob's doing, but goodbye.